Cybernation Uncensored.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Running the Night. Thank you, everybody, from everyone here at Cybernation to everyone out there who's listening to us. It means a lot to us. I am OckRaven, and I will be your referee this evening. And before we get into that, let's actually introduce our wonderful cast today. Also, chat, you want to make sure NetWatch isn't scrambling the frequency. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. And let's see, let's start things off with Catapult. I'll give you the torch first and pass it around.
Hello, everybody. I'm Catapult Crash Tester. You can find me here on Twitch at Catapult Crash Tester. I am joined by all my wonderful friends today, and yeah, we're gonna run the night.
Yes.
Take it away, whoever is next.
All right, fine. I'll take it away. I'm Ty. Ignore what it says underneath my name. That's my own bloody fault. I'm too lazy to update the overlay. But I'm playing Johnny Fox, our punk rock politico tonight. I'm sure that you know who he is by now. But you can find me anywhere online. It is always at OrcSkull. So ignore whatever it says down there. Just at OrcSkull. Nice and easy. Simple, right? I've already got some music rolling in the background. I'm listening to a bit of Queen at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to get in the mood. Might be doing a little bit of dancing in the background. Feel free to join me. Jalen, who are you?
Hell yeah, thank you, Ty. I'm Jalen. I'm playing our resident techie Nan, whom I've grown to love over the course of this campaign, this romp through Night City and beyond. Yeah, I'm one of the devs for the Cyberpunk Red system and Foundry, which we're pretty proud of our implementation, and it's getting better all the time. You can find me there, I guess. Whatever. On to you, Nick.
Yeah, I'm Nick. I'm playing JJ, our lawman. Excited to connect with my monthly chooms here and play with Ock and see what Amoebus has got going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone who's able to join us today, and appreciate everyone who catches up with us throughout the week and throughout the month. Really appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
I guess last but not least, my name is OckRaven. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at OckRaven. This, as a friendly reminder for everyone, this will be an adult-themed homebrew telling of Cyberpunk Red. A special thanks to Colin A. Steele for his contribution to the story. A big, thank you to wherever you are out there if you're still alive. Appreciate you, Choom. I hope you enjoy. And with that let's dig right back into it. Does anybody want to give our listeners a recap?
I'll do it. If no one else volunteers. Yeah, so I guess last time we found ourselves in the presence of our friend Luco. We had just basically gotten out of a sticky situation at a nightclub where we got some information that Luco needed before we could return him to his family and to his father. So we finally, with that information in hand, we were getting pretty antsy to, bring him back to his father, collect on our award money, which was a hefty sum, and we're kind of all ready to bring him back, but just kind of as that was happening, I believe Johnny got a call that there had been a severe attack, or was it an attack or just an explosion, or it's kind of unclear the provenance of the destruction of an Arasaka ship, shipping vessel.
It's a terrorist attack, yes.
Right. So, yeah, something happened to an Arasaka shipping vessel in a port where Johnny was a dock worker, part of the dock workers union there, or whatever. What were you?
I was the harbor master's assistant, and I'm now technically the interim harbor master. Yeah.
Yeah, apologies for reducing your high rank to dock worker. Dock master's assistant, harbor master's assistant.
We're all in
Excuse
this
me.
together. It's all good.
Yeah, you know, it's a playing once a month. Sometimes the story gets a little fuzzy, but uh, so essentially that's kind of like a big deal for Johnny. So we had to kind of divert and go do that first. Go deal with that first, where we went and Johnny gave a beautifully worded public statement. Just like a snake slithering through the grass, he perfectly weaved this narrative that was both convincing to the people and to Arasaka, almost more importantly. It should be getting Johnny a nice little payday, but he did it in such a way that like the public wouldn't be privy to that. He almost seemed to reject this payday on the public side while asking for more at once he delivered the speech saying pretty much exactly what Arasaka wanted him to say. So he put a tight little bow on that situation, beautifully played. And at that point, we were like, all right, let's get the hell out of here, collect our money, bring Luco back to the Jones family farm. We took an AV there, which was really fun for some of us. Maybe it was routine for others. But we finally get there, and it's almost like a commune, like haven. Like they're a self-sufficient little society, and it was really impressive. They have cyber horses, they have, you know, saloons and tech shops and pretty much anything you could ever want. They have farms, like meat, real food. And it was overall went really well. We got our money, and basically Luco proved to his father that the business he's been dealing with is mad shady. That would be known as amoebus. Yeah, mad shady to sum it up, and that they shouldn't be doing business with them, and that they're actually like, that's not cool. So they've decided that we're gonna mount a full-on attack, or they're gonna mount. The Jones family is gonna mount a full-on attack on the Amoebus Corporation, and some of us, probably all of us, will be helping along that front. And that's basically where we left off, I think.
Nice.
That is correct. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add to that?
No, sounds about right to me.
Well, yes, over breakfast out of the actual chow hall, ran by Grandma. Some of you were just sitting down and still enjoying the meal. Johnny was one example, still, listening to Pop's tell war stories of, how he got this place set up, or has dealt with people, or even met people like, Gretchen, the family cook, and, getting things squared away, being the jovial kind of person Johnny is. Some of the rest of you are kind of, hanging out kind of in this township. I have this picture here for you guys as kind of a mind's eye, but there is somewhat of a, like, the town itself is a rough T shape, okay, with more of the larger buildings like the actual cyber horse stable, tech shop, and everything else in the fringe areas of town. To the south being the actual, some of the, major farmlands that a lot of his immigrant, kind of Korean workforce actually tends to. While a lot of everyone else started to actually start their daily activities, taking things to the shop. Farmers were already out in the field. A lot of the more generic kind of like town mooks, and along with members of Caleb's posse, are actually pulling out some of the more generic cyber horses and allowing kind of this intermingleship beginning between the actual Snake members and Jones family members, seeing who can actually says they can ride a cyber horse and who can actually do so. This is currently being orchestrated and overseen by Caleb at the moment, but he's got Thomas and actually Billy that kind of are actually the ones kind of running the show. You don't see where Avery is, you don't see where Hank is, and kind of like Shell and Pearl kind of like hanging out, kind of like watching as they're kind of at this point surrogate, older sisters to a lot of the members of the Chrome Snakes. But that leaves us with what are y'all doing?
So is this the morning after
This is Saturday
we
morning.
got there?
Yes,
The morning after we got there.
correct.
Okay. So
You guys got here late Friday night, early Saturday morning. This is now Saturday morning. So you guys only been here for maybe 8 hours, 10 hours tops.
right. So we returned the thing, got our money. We finished eating breakfast this morning, right?
Correct.
Oh, and one thing that I think I forgot in the recap is that like Johnny brought a lot of his his friends, his entourage, his
Fans.
fans. That's the word I'm looking for.
Fans.
Political
Yeah.
supporters, if you will. And that caused a little tension at the Jones family farm because it was like uninvited guests. But Johnny was like, "Hey, we're having a party out here," and if I remember correctly, you actually like the patriarch of the farm. What's his name? Marcus.
Marcus Jones, aka Pops.
Mark- Yeah, Pops. You actually like convinced him a little bit that it could be a good idea to have like a blowout party here or something.
Sounds like something I'd do. Yeah.
Yes.
Who else but Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and to add a little bit to that, they've, I've arranged for them to bring a lot of like the supplies with them as well. So they actually rocked up in like a sizable convoy of like beaten up trucks and stuff,
Like generators and like
yeah, and like,
speakers.
yeah, bottles of booze and other such things, and yeah. Nothing fancy, but enough to have a good fucking, party.
That's correct. About 50 in total came in this caravan of Johnny's supporters.
Oh, so how like they followed us on the road? Like they must have driven here, right, or something like that, or how
Yeah.
did they get?
Yeah, they drove of their own accord. I
Yeah.
had organized it beforehand for them to meet us there, so they left before we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Johnny, like,
I
yeah.
remember that now. That's
Sent them the address.
really
Mhm.
valuable. We have some mobile people.
And so yeah, I guess that Nan would like to kind of check out the tech shop, the cyber horses, anything tech, and that's our friend Hank, right? Who runs those? Am I
Yes,
all right?
Hank is in charge. The horses, as he puts it, are his. Everyone else just uses them. But but he is the one, the resident one who runs all that. It is on the eastern side of the kind of settlement, the large barn with actual stable and stuff nearby. A lot of traffic coming and going, so it's easy to kind of sink right into the people, as some of the rest of the members of the Jones family mooks are actually pulling some of the extra horses here, as it looks like there's more and more commotion starting to build up with people having interest with the horses. You can see if you go to your guys' actual journal, I did upload a couple pictures there of a variety of these cyber horses you may see. They do have two kinds of cyber horses here, but technically three. The two main kinds you need to be aware of for everyone even listening. You've got your kind of super horse, which is as powerful as a super road bike. It is just a cyber horse equivalent. They are larger, bulkier, and more of a kind of Clydesdale style of horse. Bigger hooves, bigger animal itself. Definitely something that could, even with a larger cyber frame, someone like, JJ or Brighton or even Shell, because you guys all have linear frames. It would support you guys easily, and you wouldn't look like a big person on a small kind of kettle pony kind of thing. It's very much size appropriate and mass appropriate. The regular cyber horses that they have are very much your equivalent of your standard road bike in terms of power and performance. They have a more crude, blocky shape and design. It functionally looks like a horse in terms of four legs, kind of hooves, kind of a face structure based off its metal plates and glowing eyes, and cyber wiring underneath. But it's more designed as a workhorse than something sleek and nice. The super
Right.
ones are very much something, most members of the posse have a certain amount of flair to each of theirs, their personal horse. Some of them even named them. Caleb's having the most embellishment next to the special ones in the shop, but I'll get there. But these are the ones you guys are seeing as a couple of the, the posse is bringing out like 10 of the actual super horses and a lot of the smaller ones, about 20, to try to see who can actually has riding skills and stuff. Or even for people who are seeing a bit kind of full of themselves, might even be doing some racing around town with them, betting, money and stuff. However, for everyone, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying. So there's some commotion surrounding like the horses.
Correct. 2 bits of this.
And is it... Yeah.
And thank you for the +2. Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
There's for everyone outside doing something maybe within the settlement, please give me a perception check. If you are hypothetically inside, maybe chit-chatting with people, don't worry about it at the moment.
I mean, I'm like on my way from
perception checks.
Like...
Oh yeah, if you and Vertek are hanging out together, I definitely want perception checks from the 2 of you as you're kind of going across the establishment, settlement, seeing what's going on.
Oh, it's Vertex. You're on your way to the same area?
I'm just kind of following you around. Although, definitely, they're absolutely eyeing those horses.
Could we say that we're like well rested? Bonus?
No.
First,
no bonus, but you guys are running off enough sleeps that I will not give you any minuses though either.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, 17. Oh, 222s. Nice rolls.
But based off the kind of day that you guys are having between actually getting a couple hours of sleep in the beds, not much, because there was that adrenaline high of a suitcase full of eddies. But you guys have had a real breakfast and a very unique kind of an area that some people might classify as good for the spirit. It's a change of place.
Yeah.
You're not, you have the noise from Night City. There's fresh air. Whether you like or hate these things is up to your character.
No, Nan can't believe that the place like this exists.
Okay, but Vertek, JJ, Nan, nice rolls, guys. Okay, so there's 3 big things going on. Yeah, at this point, Billy is working on orchestrating an actual put your money where your mouth is race for people who claim to have good writing skills. So we're going to do a race around the actual, settlement around the main core area of the settlement, the actual buildings.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
friendly race.
Friendly race. Everything else. People want to throw money down. It's 10 eddies to play. They'll race 6 people at a time. So effectively, you're paying 10 eddies. You're gambling the 10 eddies away with the chance to get 60 eddies total.
Yeah, chump change.
Okay, it's friendly. It's starting friendly. Okay, let's it's still early in the morning. Okay. Now, the only other thing you guys will see is Brighton, who I did mention last session, was pretty much angry drinking. It's at this point.
I'm just gonna hit my door real quick.
Go ahead. Is at this point betting people, eddies for shots. Put a shot in my, spend 10 eddies and take a shot. Let's see if you can put a bullet in my ass. We're gambling for chew money here. He appears to be a little intoxicated, but he's giving
intoxicated.
Yeah. Well, there's a fine line between just still being drunk from the night beforehand.
Right.
However,
and this is JJ's
friend,
man buddy, yeah.
Yes. Some of the younger people and stuff uncomfortable with guns, or even some hotheads. He's giving them that 10 paces. Let's see if you can hit me. If you can hit me, I'll give you 10 I'll give you 10 eddies, because I'm just trying to earn booze money here to buy more Smash.
Oh man, this guy's tortured soul.
I'm gonna take him aside and be like, "What the fuck's the matter with you, Choom? Like, what can I do? What are you doing here?"
Yeah, I could ask you the same fucking thing, but what I'm doing right here is gambling to see who can actually has the ability to maybe actually shoot somebody, and I'm and figuring out who might actually be useful in the coming raid, or who's actually going to be a detriment and should kind of be in that secondary wave. As he takes a sip off his Smash.
And you're not so concerned about losing one of our best men to a stray shot to the head?
Do you think you could do it? I got
You might know. You know,
I got 1,000 eddies that says he can't.
can't what?
Okay, I'll give you 10 paces. Let's see if you can actually put a stray bullet upside my head.
Ooh.
This guy's got a death wish. Wait, isn't that the name of the other guy?
Okay, the other guy's name is Deathhead,
Deathhead.
and yes, that's a very interesting observation. You guys all can see this, and you know, Vertec being the medical professional here, go ahead and give me an education check.
Yeah,
Professional.
Vertex.
Yes.
You're a what is it, like a mandated reporter or whatever? Like
But JJ, yeah,
guy's exhibiting.
Okay, I have one question about Brighton. I'm not sure.
you've known him.
Would I know if? Yeah, I know him. Does he have like family, wife, significant other?
Ooh.
No.
No.
You know him well enough to know the fact that he is ex-military. His family are mercenaries that don't care what they do, as long as they're getting paid. They'll kill women, children. You know, they don't. In a sense, they don't care. He left that life behind and came to Night City because he admired actual Richard Knight. He got drunk one night, signed up with Lazarus Security, and started doing a 10-year stint as security officer right before the Fourth Corporate War, the data crash broke out. His contract got corrupted, so now it says he serves a 100-year contract, and he's so honor-bound stubborn, he won't fight it because because he actually legitimately wants to do good to kind of help his family name. But he saw horrible engagements during the Fourth Corporate War, one of which was actually, you know, him fighting his own family members as a hired mercenary force, and had to actually kill several of them in the process. He has no loved ones. He has a surrogate daughter that's in her teenage years. It's adult. She's an adult. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you know, has kind of a surrogate father figure to her. He, and legitimately, you've had enough bad drinking nights with him to know he's looking for a good place to die. Until then, he's just going to do as much good as he can between here or there.
What would be the stronger thing based on my interactions with him before to leverage completing his commitment to that contract or to his surrogate daughter?
Honestly,
It's kind of
you know, neither.
either one.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
you know,
You know what, Choom? If you want to get yourself shot at, if you think this is the best way to analyze these chooms or to assess their firepower, so be it. But don't expect me to drag your dead ass body back to Night City.
on here, I thought you liked me. I'd still do the same thing for you, for your fucking family.
No, I love you, Choom, but if this is the way you want to go playing silly games, I'm not going to be the one to stop you. I don't know who could be.
So he kind of looks at you, smiles, and pulls out a stack of cash. Like, you want to chance that shot? Are you gonna shut up and let?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I'll take the shot. I'll take the shot.
Okay.
So we're doing a targeted headshot here, though. Is that the idea?
You said put a shot in his head. So yes, in your case, you are doing a called shot to the head. He still gets to dodge like normal, though. Let me pull up his character sheet. Make sure. Nope. We'll make sure that Sith Coke is firing live in his system.
Well, that's not gonna
How
help.
do I want to make my. I don't want to use my Magnum Opus Hellbringer. I want to use the Militech Fox.
Okay.
Instead. How do I change which gun I have equipped?
Okay, so grab your character sheet here real quick. So if you go over to your gear page,
Yep.
okay, might help. I picked the right character sheet.
Okay, I've got it equipped. I figured it out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It just took some clicking around, but I got it. We'll roll an attack. I'm going to soak all my luck into this already, right off the bat.
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Oh, luck. Oh, mine's already fixed. Nice.
Did I roll? Nope.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't
28.
hit the aim shot, but I guess you can minus out the 8.
Yeah, so that's still a pretty good shot.
Okay, I will use his luck on this. So this is actually.
Oh, he's dodging? I thought he was just standing there.
Oh no, no.
No,
he-
the whole point is he's evading. He's doing
Yeah.
an evasion.
Doing
attack.
evasive maneuvers. I got
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on
That-
sync coke as well?
Yeah.
JJ? I didn't think you
Pardon?
touched the stuff. Why did I think that?
Oh no, you
No,
guys have
I-
done, you
I'm
guys have
always
done
good.
coke together quite a few times actually.
It's me who doesn't who doesn't do the drugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I don't know. I had it in my mind that you didn't do coke.
Only my character, mind you.
You know, when we first got back to Night City, I needed one of my police guys to hook me up with some ore and stuff like that.
You barely miss.
Barely missed. Ah,
Oh, you
I
like
felt
grazed
like you
him.
did that on purpose.
Because your shot didn't have the -8.
what?
Called shot to the head, -8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see his roll, but
Oh, sorry. It's
Use
a,
the
it,
plus two.
it's a 23.
all right.
Let
So
me
I owe
click
him
that.
$1,000.
Mhm.
I bet him $1,000 straight up for that.
You want to get that cleared up before you take the shot.
I honestly couldn't understand what he was betting the other people exactly.
Well, he was betting them way less money than you.
Yeah, but I didn't understand the I don't know the bet.
Yeah.
But,
No, I get.
You go to pull out the you go to pull out the money, and he pretty much, as you're fixing to do that, he pretty much like shakes his head with that like, I don't want your fucking money, Shoom. I'm just proving a
Can I
point.
try?
Yeah.
Listen, I owe you at least $400 for coming out here, spending your time, taking the night. I take out the 400 eddies, and I shove it in his chest, and I say, buy yourself something nice. You're helping out a Choom today. Take it as payment, not as the part of the bet.
I'll take it as beer money, says, and pretty much sets it on a, kind of a box crate he's using as that, like, step up. You want to take a shot at me, bet some money?
Yeah,
Actually,
fuck
it's
yeah, I'll
actually
bet
really,
1,000.
it's actually really helpful having somebody this chromed up with this much of a death wish coming with us on this thing. It's like perfect. This is a perfect opportunity to die, my friend.
I will fucking go.
I mean, I know he's your friend,
All right,
but
1,000 eddies.
1,000 eddies. I will channel all 7 points of my luck and grab one of those +2s.
Oh,
I
that's
almost
fine.
forgot what game we were playing.
You could take that -2 to go with it. Okay, and no, you're not betting for headshots. He only did that with JJ to prove a point. In your case, it's very simple. You're not aiming for my head. You're shooting center mass.
Okay. All right. In that case, I won't use my luck for that +21.
Okay, just
And he's still betting 1,000?
Yeah, I'll bet 1,000 on it. Why not? I got a good handgun skill.
Just made 12,000, so
Yeah. Damn it.
Oh,
right, and once again,
he's just too good.
steps to the side. Bullet whizzes right past his body.
I love this. He just wants people to kill him, but he's too good. He can't let it
too
happen.
good. He's too hardcore, guys.
While Vertex is doing this, I'm like, Vertex, I'll catch up with you later. I want to go check out the tech shop. I'm almost done with my upgrade.
All right,
Yeah, she like heads off, her hair bouncing, you kind of see it bounce in the wind of the desert, and she heads off to see Hank at the tech shop.
I like to think that that's why Vertex missed. They kind of got distracted at the last second. I hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave.
Right.
Yeah, you can deduct 1,000 eddies and toss that over to Brighton. He'll happily take your eddies.
Yep.
I really want
I'll
out of
go,
character, I wanna think and go, but I don't know, Fox. I wouldn't be too bothered about it.
Right.
Oh, at this point, if you're inside the place hanging with Pops hearing the stories, you are hearing the sounds of gunfire occasionally outside. And Pops isn't even phased. It just keeps right on talking about, how you track down Gretchen to fucking get her off her land, and stop her fucking drawing and courting people with vehicles and leaving their charred bits cooking in the sun.
Right.
There's you kind of mentioned something of a sheriff type character. Maybe Caleb, I think his name was. Is he?
Mhm.
Has he been drawn to this at all?
Caleb is outside, like he's seeing, because he's
Ooh.
administering kind of this horse gathering, starting going on, seeing you can train people, helping people out, trying to get them on horses, showing them the basic ropes and stuff. He's eyeing this as because you guys are kind of in the main, kind of like crossroads center section of town, but he's not going out of his way to stop anything. He is,
Okay.
he's observant though. But yeah, if Brighton even pulls out his Perseus and starts offering some of the mooks and having them get, take shots. Some can't figure out how to take the safety off, while others, don't do nearly as well as any of you guys do. But it starts helping him, But Brighton well enough since he's ex-military. He's kind of making a list and evaluating people, regardless of how crazy his methods may seem at the moment.
But is he checking it twice?
You'd have to ask him to be sure.
I'll make my way out hearing the gunfire. Excuse
Okay.
myself.
All right.
See people taking shots. How much are we betting?
He's
What are we
like,
doing with this?
well, for these people, trying to help them build confidence. I was kind of doing 10 eddies, and even like JJ, if you're watching still a little bit, or Vertex, you're still around. Even for some of the people who are real like shaky behind a gun, Brighton actually steps into the shot.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
One crazy motherfucker.
He's in like light armor, Jack?
He's in tech upgraded, Jack.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, but there's got to be more interesting bet than that available, right? Because, we both got enough money.
He's like,
Bet something different.
it's like, look, it's been a long night, but some people are taking, wanting to take some pot shots at my head. Kind of trying to prove a point, and that was for 1,000 eddies. He's like, we're not doing it with anything too big and fancy.
So not this.
yeah. Sadly, it's nice. I like it. Only thing I like more than my Perseus, and he shows you his Militech Perseus. It's like it's the sound though that Mandalorian makes. Just so sexy, so sexy. But no, he'll it's like if you would have bet 1,000 A's to take a shot at my head, he hands you over, a medium grade pistol.
All right. Are you head? I'll
Yeah.
do it.
10 paces. Give me a second. He goes, hands you the gun in case you want to look it over. Don't trust him, but he turns his back and walks 10 paces. And
I'll take a look over it, but not in like a suspicious way. He'd just look at it. Being handed
Yeah,
the gun.
A nice, sexy gun.
nothing too fancy about it. Your standard issue medium pistol. He's taking care of it. Yeah, the grip looks slightly modified and stuff, but it doesn't give you any special bonuses or anything else. It's just something he's worked on and taken care of, and probably had with him for about 3 years now.
All right, cool. I'm assuming it doesn't have any bonuses or negatives,
Nope.
so I'm just gonna take the. I'm not gonna get too bogged down with this. Just take a straight shot.
Yeah.
'Cause so just
Let me give you that difficulty
and,
here.
it's as much of a testing him as anything else as well. I've seen a little bit of him, but are you happy for me just to roll handgun skill, because I don't have that? So,
Absolutely
I can
fine.
roll very good.
Go right ahead.
Oh well, the damage doesn't actually matter, does it? So I can just roll
Nope.
a handgun.
Yeah, with tech upgraded and a medium pistol, I don't even think even if you hit on the body.
No, it'd have to be something that actually
And
has like a bonus to it. Or...
Sorry, did he specify?
I guess
it had
if
to be
you-
a headshot
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, if you were going to, if you wanted to bet 1,000 to aim at his head,
Right.
he'd put 1,000 down. But you're shooting at the head.
All right, I'm gonna nick a +2 as well then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's do it. Offset the fact that I'm not allowed to use my Malorian. Fuck it.
You have
He
like a smart Mandalorian?
He may have a death wish, but it's not a suicide wish. There's a slight difference.
22. That's with the -8.
He wants
That
to die,
is
he doesn't
with
want to
the
die right
-8.
now.
Very, very nice. He goes to
Amazing.
step out of the way, and you absolutely get that cheek, that grazing shot across the head.
Amazing.
Curiosity's sake, because Brighton is a dumbass. Okay. It is not enough to get past his head armor, but it definitely fucking grazes right off of it, and he starts screaming, "Oh, motherfucking god! Why you gotta hit me in the fucking head?"
I thought that was the
Oops.
bet. Is that not what you fucking said? In the head? No? I would have shot you in the leg if, like, alright, whatever, man.
Jesus, sorry, I wasn't actually expecting to get hit in the head. Whew, that kind of
Good
wakes
job,
you
I
up.
didn't use the fucking Mandalorian, eh?
Yeah, fuck right. Says goes over to the stack and rubbing there's a goose egg kind of right underneath where the armor jack helmet sits, kind of actually showing, starting to swell, but he counts out, a 10 stack of eddies and gives you your 10 stack back, and here you go. And a lot of people are like, dude, you see that? He shot him right in the fucking head. Whatever,
First
man.
round's on me tonight, yeah?
Okay. See, that's what I'm looking for, Brian says. They got to roll low for damage.
I mean, he with a 2d6. I'm guessing his armor's better than that, right? Like,
Not on you'd have to roll max damage on the head to actually even sink and get through. It's a light armor jack cap he wears.
Right.
That's why I used my fox instead of the Opius, just in case I didn't want to blow his actual head off.
He
I was
actually.
probably pretty safe based on where his hit points are. If I hit him with this, then I'm not gonna.
That'd be a little disturbing for the townsfolk.
Right?
just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
That would have been something. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, though, with the linear frame and with his willpower, it's not like he doesn't. He has a little bit of hit points. He does have 60, so he would have still walked away from that. That just would have almost, it wouldn't have been serious damage. He wouldn't have been at half health, but he would have been close.
Yeah.
He would have been going into battle pretty
We'll be happy about the state of his body and soul.
And there was no crit on that roll.
Nope.
No credit on. No.
But that would be the one that, he had some weird crit that prevented him from.
Yeah, there's a world where that could have killed, but not this world. Not this roll.
Well, yeah. He wasn't
Alright.
going to actually hurt him anyways.
All
Fine
right.
using
So
it.
what's
It's all good.
So is the horse race kind of getting a little bit underway? Who do we have going in them? Yeah.
So at this point, you've got Billy leading the group, and a couple of the rest of the people have put markers up to kind of help people understand where around the settlement they're doing. And I was about to say, at this point, you guys hear the first pop of the gunfire go off away from here, where this psychopath's been hanging out, and you hear people start cheering as a bunch of horses neigh up and start running around the settlement. Some people have found their way up to rooftops and are watching betting and drinking. A lot of those people seem to be more of Johnny's ilk, as they have a lot more. They don't have any markings that make them look like either Jones people or Chrome Snakes, and they seem to be high on things, not your average dose of drugs. As give me perception checks, and you guys can see why this first race is underway. I haven't forgotten about you, Nan. Trust me. It's
No worries. I think that I probably wouldn't make this one because I'm
Nope.
in the tech shop.
Oh,
right
you
now.
are totally in the tech shop and oogling at the variety of things in there.
Yeah, and I think that. Well, yeah, I don't want to get too into it, but yeah, I'm getting right to work actually, if I'm so allowed.
You will be. JJ, your cop instincts immediately kick in, and obviously there's some kind of Philharmonic vampire drug or something they're using, some kind of sex-based drug, because people are a little too friendly with each other, and some people are getting a little more than handsy on some of the rooftops here and there, and there's too many people doing these sex-based activities kind of out in the public, or not even caring who's around that. It's got to be
just fucking out there.
Not it's not quite full on public fucking, but you know it's the stages leading up to
Second base.
yeah.
They're all up in second base.
Okay.
Starting to get smelly in here. Yeah.
Okay, but they're on second story roof buildings and stuff, and things like that. It's not like right in public square kind of thing. But with a 28 roll, yeah, there's some kind of
Visible
weird.
enough.
Give me a streetwise to go with it.
Me?
Mhm.
Yes. I will give you my streetwise. I did want to mention, is Caleb the sheriff participating in this race? And if he is, before the race started, I was really hoping to put a bet down on him, if possible.
No, as this is very much seems to be more for like junior members. No one. People like you or Vertex, Shell, Pearl. A lot of these more experienced people haven't come forward yet. Like, no, let's put some real skin in the game. This seems to be more of the budding aspect of kind of the intermingling nature of the two nomad groups coming into one.
Yeah, I just wanted to put a bet down on him, less for the sake of winning and more to show support for him if he was racing.
I know, but Billy, one of his people of his posse, is actually racing. She's actually in the process of racing. I believe it was Hank. Thomas Jones are kind of they're mainly racing each other. There's 4 other people competing for third place and beyond.
I'll bet on. I'll put the 10 eddies down on Billy. Billy's a female, right?
Billy is a female, yes. She also has a bounty on her for over 100,000 eddies for desertion of her post from the African Combat Association.
Damn.
And how did I find that out? Do I know that? Do I know?
Okay, assuming you have your actual police scanner that you've had and utilized and stuff, this is just immediate information that upon seeing her would register of, she's a standard issue combat cyber body by the ACA, and she is wanted back for desertion, preferably alive, not dead.
Perfect. I'm still placing the bet on the 10 eddy bet on her to win the race.
Nice.
She will totally smoke the floor with Thomas. Even using the regular kind of like standard cyber horses, not their super horses. She basically takes to the inside track and hugs it dangerously close to pretty much the line they've got drawn. Even the one time that they actually managed to, Thomas tries to actually get close and come around her, she literally just kicks him right in the side of the chest, which forces him to stumble, almost completely actually falling off the horse. But he will recover and curse her name. And after that, she wins by a landslide.
Yeah, I think JJ's ecstatic. I mean, JJ's big into sports. He follows all the big sports teams in Night City and stuff like that. So it's pretty natural for him to kind of fall into sports fan behavior. So he's just going ecstatic as she crosses the line. And even though it's, he's only won basically 50 eddies on this bet, I think he's, it's more.
It's about the
more
fun.
About just placing the right bet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
the people racing win 50 eddies. Okay, you put 10 eddies up, you race, you have a chance of winning everyone else, all the rest of the contestants' money per round. Everyone else on the side is kind of betting for basically you either get your money back. Basically, I bet 10 eddies, I'll get 20 back, my 10 plus 10, or you lose. Because it's not like they're trying to, But this will start to continue within an hour. This, will go from 10 eddy bets to 50 eddy bets. And by an hour and a half, at that point, noon, and they start rolling out actually kegs of booze and packs of Smash and Chew and bottles of whiskey. This will start getting in more to the 100, 500 bets with actual, super horses. And those who can ride will ride, and those who can't. But to switch gears for a moment, man, you head into the tech shop, and the top floor of this barn that has been turned into an actual cyberhorse stable is unlike any other stable you've seen before. There's embankment of walls on one side housing things that look similar to brain dance equipment and medical grade equipment. And inside one of these stables is a unmoving, it looks like it has no power to it, a large red horse. The chrome, because it is chrome, you look at it, you know your metals. It's got the shine of chrome, but it's literally a deep red chrome, almost like red chrome. And you've heard about this red chrome poisoning. Certain actually elements during the Fourth Corporate War could actually have all elements of chrome get corrupted by this foreign particle from the asteroids, and the chrome itself would actually turn deep red. It has better electronic functions, but that's proved to be a problem in application and use as well. Plus, it's way harder to actually do anything with once it's turned red.
Right. So this would be kind of like surprising, because typically people don't really work with this stuff. It's too hard to work with.
It's too hard to work with, and it can actually cause bleed out and poisoning to other bits of chrome that come in contact with it. As much as it seems to be a gimmick-based thing, members of the Red Chrome Legion still have red chrome, but it does apparently drive users mad due to the neural pathways firing too much. Increases neural connectivity and pathways through it tenfold. So imagine cranking everything up to 11 in terms of your senses all the time. It'll drive you mad.
So I kind of walk in and I get like
it's startling. It's because it's immediately right there.
Oh my god!
But there's numerous things hooked up to it. There's a biomonitor hooked up to it. It appears to be in some kind of sleep state or brain dance state.
Yeah, I'm just like going up to the monitors and kind of like almost like tunnel vision. I'm not focused on anything else. I'm just so taken aback by what I'm seeing. Like, I've heard stories of this, but I didn't know there were still that many people working on it. I didn't think. I mean,
you hear
wow, and I'm just like kind of looking. Yeah,
and about this point in time, you'll hear a gruff voice behind you. Unlike everyone else's southern drawls of the people who talk here, this is very much a, hey, keep your hands off the fucking monitor. I don't walk into your house and play with your fridge, do I?
I'm sorry. My name's Nan.
You're one of the city folk that Luco brought back, huh?
Yes, I do this stuff. I mean, I've never seen quite such an impressive shop. Sorry, I'm just just impressed.
Oh, you like that? Yeah, that's actually a first generation cyber horse. Real actual brain inside. Goes over the monitor and pushes a couple buttons, and you see the actual horse brain inside.
A real brain in there.
Yep, real horse brain. 60 years old now?
Horse 62. Brain, 60 years old. Wow, it's an old steed.
It is.
We have red chrome. Is he okay, or did he get poisoned?
No, Pops found it. Even happened on one of the
like this.
Yep, happened during their travels. Pops took a real liking. Pops the only one this horse actually likes, though. So the rest of the time, we keep it in dance for our safety.
But you know how to work with it. I mean,
shit, kid. So if you taking a hit off his cigar and blowing at you, like, you think that's impressive? Come here, and he starts showing you the rest of the stalls, and they have 20 super road bike version horses, 300 miles per hour top speed. Pops doesn't really like us putting guns. Pops would rather see some guns in them and stuff. But I don't hate seeing these things used for war. But these here are actually Generation 2's, complete synthetic brain, not like Big Red over there, or Alpha over here.
No, but I mean, this stuff's impressive. You do amazing work, but I mean, it's nothing like working with a real brain with a real horse. I mean, we know so much now about the human brain and human cyber and horse. I mean, that's a rarity, isn't it?
Oh, it is. That's yeah. Fucking Biotechnica's got every DNA patent to their own ownership. So even trying to
Yeah.
get pets now is almost impossible. But few people still
Does
actually
the-
have the genuine article and not the synthetic brain horse.exe, and he kind of spits in the general direction of some of his stalls.
Can I use your shop? I have these plans, and she like pulls out of a breast pocket like her little like blueprints that she's drawn up to modify her gun.
He eyes you.
Sorry, her crossbow.
He eyes you somewhat like hesitantly and annoyingly, and snatches out of your hand and takes a look at it. Yeah. Kind of folds it back and kind of motions it back towards you and goes, "Come on." And at the far side of the barn is actually a set of stairs leading down to almost a cellar. Going down there, you find a fully illuminated concrete floor room with a wall full of 3D printers, some working on obviously components or even full-on legs appendages. Most of them seem to be working on some pop-up components and some weapons, tools, of the actual, get repaired. But 3 of the 3D printers are open. Some of the techs are kind of working. Some are actually hanging out by what smells like actually cake, some kind of actually K-cup coffee. And they kind of look at you and like, "Hey, you guys, get off your ass and work grab ass hour. Help, what'd you say your name was? Nan?
Nan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Help Nan here." And some of them look over and go, "Nana? No, this is Nan.
No.
Nana is not here." Oh, 3 of them kind of saying
Who
like,
is it?
they're talking about someone else you haven't met.
Gotcha.
The name is Nana. Nana.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, "Help Nan get get whatever they need done. I don't want to hear any fuss." "Sure thing, Hank." And they come over and
Yeah, it's quite all right. I know what I'm doing. If you could just I just need one of these printers, I think, and the modification's not much, but it'll do.
well, have them help you. If we can break the workload across a couple of the printers and get it done quicker, and you make the extra
Sure.
hands quicker, you take up less time in the shop, and I can process
yeah,
more work
sure.
that way.
All right,
My
cool.
shop, my rules, Hank says sternly.
Your shop, your rules.
Good.
Yeah, chef.
And they kind of
And
like
I get to work with these techies, and
they pull you over to an
pulling out
empty
my tool
back,
hand
and you can start spending the time to show them your plans and stuff. But and curious of how well you're because Nan's not a social creature by any means. Go
No.
ahead and give me.
But I think these are like her people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is her, but it's still that like I just
Yeah.
want to just give me a raw cool check.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I know you're not cool.
Cool.
I'm sorry. But just don't worry about the TV. Just
It's
Okay.
a 7.
still not bad.
That's
Okay.
about as good as I expect to do on my cool. So.
Regardless of your almost timid nature or antisocial behavior, it does kind of melt within the first 15-20 minutes of talking to these people. You explain the workload, what you do, your plans for it. They ask some questions. Before you know it, you have a cup of coffee in your hand and people are working on things. And within an hour or so, you guys are kind of joking, and I dare say Nan might even be having a good time with these people.
Yeah, I think she is.
But yes, to get that completed with their help, you're probably going to be here until just before sundown, getting this resolved.
That makes sense, and that is what I'll commit myself to for the remainder of the day, I guess, yeah. And then, like, tomorrow are we go? Is it tomorrow that we're making the strike?
You
Or,
guys,
like-
yeah, you guys will find this out as the day happens. Okay.
Okay. 'Cause
Cool.
I'm also kind of getting antsy for that. Like, I wanna resolve that, So, like, I mean, Nan wants to resolve that so that we can kind of move on with our lives, whatever that looks like.
So, for those of you who are
If
watching
we live.
or hanging out outside, these races don't take too terribly long. And through the course of them, it's kind of almost easy to see kind of who is going to be the easy person to win. It's not like you're going to be able to make a lot of money, but if you like, because JJ is an avid sports person, you can easily within kind of like the first hour make 60 eddies, worth of gambles and get double that back. So yeah, you could probably bet make 6 bets. There's a good 50% chance whether or not you're going to succeed or win. But it's about that point in time that Caleb, Luco, and Pops will all resign to the big house, start talking combat plans. And it's about that point in the time that a somewhat familiar face to some will step forward, and that's Pearl, who goes, now that this is done and there's actually booze out, how about we start making some serious bets on races? And she pulls out 500 eddies and throws it down and go, what do you say, Billy? And Billy kind of eyes her, and there's obviously something going on between these two girls, but nobody's a mind reader, so no one knows what. Billy's like, all right, if you could find enough people willing to play this game, sure, I'll play.
And I left my mind reader chip in my other cortex.
I was gonna say, if anyone's a mind reader, sort of, it's like JJ, because he's got all those super voice analyzer and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I have a lot of those things that help with either perception or human perception.
Yeah, not literally mind reading.
Enhanced image, and I think voice stress analyzer.
Yeah.
But it's about this point in time that booze is starting flowing. Half of Johnny's fans are definitely either too messed up on the sin going around, which is the street drug that is being passed around by people. JJ, you catch a glimpse of it, and the symptoms seem to instantly match up with it. And they're not going to be violent. They're going to be lustful.
Yeah.
There's definitely way worse drugs people could be taking. But about half of them are, just around the buildings, hiding on top of buildings, or even in some of their cars, doing various illicit sex activities. A lot of the rest of them are here, one person in particular, Lock Boogie, a kind of darker skinned, kind of solo looking person, Kevlar, assault rifle, grenade launcher. But he wants to, if people want to start doing some big races, he wants to facilitate big bets. And they're between Pearl and him, they're trying to build this more kind of more of an actual gambling circuit going on that's starting to build ground. Brighton at this point has moved on from taking random shots from people to actually teaching people how to actually utilize various different kinds of guns.
Nice.
Can I position myself? What's this Caleb, the sheriff guy, up to? Is he still kind of running these races and stuff like that?
Caleb and Luco have moved into the big house with Pops. Just before this kind of nonsense, this pissing contest between Pearl and Billy started, they've moved themselves to the big house to start actual planning.
Could I involve myself in that?
Oh, yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, no,
Okay. I mean, I think I would like to. I'm going to try to cozy myself up to this Caleb. He's a rather young man. He is sort of the somewhat of the lawman of the group around here. I want to start kind of having a conversation or get him familiar with me. I kind of want to talk to him eventually about this Billy bounty.
Okay. But yeah, you can easily interject and hey, especially as you start to get in the house and Luco comes over and oh, what are you guys doing? You guys start planning? Mind if I tag along? And Caleb's like, I don't know. Luco's like, yes, please do. Caleb kind of looks at his older.
I'm genuinely interested in doing that because I do want to get back to Night City relatively soon, and I do want to get this Amoebus thing on the go. So I mean, I'm not just there to be by Caleb. I am there to help plan and move along the Amoebus.
And Luca's like, if you guys want to help with the plan, please do. I want your assistance. Caleb's like, what? Big Brother can't handle it himself? It's like, no, these guys have seen some shit. Okay, they have spent their entire life in pretty much, Dad's property. I trust their judgment. I don't trust yours at the moment, little brother, and maybe you should actually learn to listen. And Caleb kind of gives him the finger and heads, before him into the house. And Luco, like, please, if you, Johnny, anybody want to help, like, I don't want to see my family or my friends get killed in this. If you have a plan, I'd like to hear it. And that Luco will lead you into the big house. Vertex, Johnny, are you guys going to be hanging out outside? What are you guys doing through the course of all this?
I'm just gonna watch the horse races for a little while. Not
Okay.
like actively, betting on them or anything, but just gonna watch, see
Okay.
what it's about.
Well,
Yeah.
Lock Boogie, definitely chit chat with you. He's working the crowd. Very chauvinistic kind of person. But, he'll even make the pass at you two scene like, hey, man, and, when you need any drugs, need any drink, want to spend any cash?
No, I think I'm good, Jim. Watching the ponies.
Watching the ponies. All right, you need
They don't
something.
get shit like this back in NC.
Truth. Nice out here. Johnny did good coming this way. Make sure we have
Oh,
a good
yeah.
party for him. Okay. Johnny?
Sorry, this one more thing.
Yeah.
I do want to send Nan a text that
Okay.
it's just like, hey, shoot me a text when you're done and I'll come pick you up.
To much to your
Yeah.
astonishment here, they do actually have a Aerosat actual communications balloon. Your text message will go through.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, you get a text message back that says like, you hear it in Nan's voice. You got to see what I'm working on.
Oh, I'm excited.
Should be done in a I don't know exactly what time it is right now, but like within by evening, I'll say.
Sounds good. I will be there.
Thanks, Vitex.
All right, Johnny, what are you doing?
He's been hanging around for a bit, had a little bit of fun. So seeing people actually getting down to business, we'll jump in on that. Mainly just to watch to begin with. To be honest, just listen in, check out what's being said.
Okay.
Yeah, get down to it.
So, as the scene shifts in, you head inside, Luco heads inside, Caleb heads inside, Pops will head inside, and that's it. As the 5 of you head into the big house, you kind of head into more of a front foyer kind of sitting room. Large, comfy, worn, but still quite comfortable leather chairs. Even some slightly larger reinforced ones for people like you, JJ, with the linear frame and a bigger body kind of thing. And like as you guys come in, even Pops will motion for you to take one of the larger ones. Still comfy though. Don't let that confuse you. He'll actually kick up a fireplace of actually burning some kind of like twig wood element. It smells so it reeks of some kind of treated chemical on it. The logs will burn longer this way, so they don't use a lot of wood. And Pops will pull out a bottle of actually Russian import vodka and pretty much start pouring in a pretty much a tray of tumblers. Grabs an ice thing, container, and sets that kind of all on this main table around all of these chairs. And he'll pour himself a drink and sit down and light himself up a cigarette. And I'm like, all right, boys, explain it to me. How you want to handle this? And Caleb's like, I like your plan, Pops. I say we send in a diversion force, have them pretty much sneak around the backside, try to pull as many people away. Maybe if they can't even get in through that eastern side train tunnel there. And we come into the main forest here from the west, from this western side, box them in, kick them off our land. Pops takes a drink and nods, and Luco at this point goes, well, no offense, I think that's probably what's going to get the most people killed. They've got Pop's memory serves right. They got all your vehicles low jack, prevent random shooting incidents. Memory serves right. Pops is like, yeah, so they'll know we're coming. Big whoop. It's not going to change what's going to happen. Luco's like, fair, but if you think that many vehicles are showing up on the radar, they're just not going to respond. Pops
Is
kind
there
of.
any-
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, no, I'll interject at this point and I'll say, is there any way we can pull them to this underground train entrance? Is there anything that we could do there to kind of pull them in? It says, I know that flight and travel is strictly prohibited in that area. Could we send something in just on its own that might draw forces to that area, or at least a large number of forces? Maybe even something that's diversionary. Like, could we send all the horses over there on their own? That might look like they're full of people, and then they send a bunch of forces over there and leave the base mainly unattended.
Pops is like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Even your friend here from the city thinks it's a good idea.
86 stratagems.
It's just like, if we can keep our numbers up and keep our numbers in our favor, and we have them chasing down fast ass horses with nobody on them, then we don't risk our men. And
We also have some shitty fucking vehicles with loud fucking sound systems attached that aren't checked.
is there any way we could like replicate them on the radar or something like that? Make it look like they're a bunch of vehicles? I mean, they'll sound like a bunch of vehicles if we can make them like I don't know. That's more a question for our tech team or something like that, Nan, but
Pops kind of reaches over, looks around for a minute, kind of fumbles in his jacket pocket, pulls out an agent, kind of plays with it for a moment, and sets it down. And it's about this point in time, Nan, you would hear Hank go, "Motherfucker! All right, I'll be back. I gotta go to the big house. Don't touch my work while I'm gone."
Here, I have to tend to a fire, but I am here and I can hear you.
It's all good.
what? I'll ask both Luco and Pops kind of at the same time. What's the best time to hit them? Not making it very clear who specifically I'm asking.
And pretty much any question you guys ask is for the people in that room at the moment. So there's no way to be like, "Hey JJ," unless you're just texting each other or something. But they're like, "Well, they'll see us coming during the day." It's like we got a full moon coming up to Tuesday. Tuesday night's going to be an actual full moon. So we got the moon against us kind of at the moment, Pop says. It's like, but should be getting a storm moving in tomorrow night, which actually as big as, early predictions are saying that'll do well to block out any of the light's illumination from the close to full moon and give us the best opportunity to attack is probably going to be at the night. It's like none of the horses care whether it's light or day. They see just fine either way.
Yeah.
So we're going to utilize the storm as cover?
It's like currently that seems like the best bet unless we just want to throw caution to the wind and not utilize it. So about 30 hours, maybe more.
Is there any chance if we ride in from the west that they might lose us in a sundown? If we time our ride in from the west with the setting sun behind us?
As long as they don't use the low jack vehicles.
Depending on what kind of sensors and stuff they have. Not like we've seen much of large emplacements, but that doesn't mean that they're hidden. Kind of something they can actually utilize to check, different scanning spectrums.
I suppose that's something to consider if the storm doesn't cooperate, as weather often tends not to.
Luca's like, look, as much as I love trying to pull them all one direction, how about we try to pull them in more than that, maybe? And Caleb scoffs at him, like, no, I'm serious. Like, I don't want to send everyone on horses, send all of our horses one direction with nobody on them. If for some reason they can see that from a greater distance, that's a waste of our horses and we have nobody on them. So it's like, your vehicles are low jacks. He's like, but my vehicles aren't. And kind of points over at Johnny. His friends' vehicles aren't jacked either.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Take them.
Luke was like, I'm not sure who of Johnny's friends may want to help with this, but I've got at least some vehicles we can utilize. And unless they get visual or they have some kind of good radar or sensors or something, they're not going to see those coming. Pops is like, okay, so what do you want to do with them? Caleb at this point is more drinking and listening, slightly chewing on his lip, but he's still like listening, kind of taking everything in.
Right.
Cause like, it's like, look, I got. I was like, come on, boy.
Next time they run a,
Go ahead.
when's the next time they run a training exercise, or you expect them to run a training exercise based on when you've seen them run those before? Because maybe that's something we could cause some confusion if they've got two groups of. You mentioned here if they got two groups of 100 members out there, and we get them fighting at each other, that might be a way to cause some confusion and take advantage of that.
They normally run drills typically Monday through Friday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's not like we have them under constant surveillance. As they, Pops is like they've asked me not to spy on them, and as long as they pay me the money they promise for utilizing that land, I really don't care what they do on it. But since our business dealings has put obviously a price on my son's head, and obviously some questionable dealings going on here, I wouldn't mind starting to see what Constance we can maybe gather tonight to give us that advantage. I'd be willing to chance it myself, but I think a few people of Caleb's like, I know the perfect two people willing to go do it. Hanks, and even Luca's like, I know someone who probably want to help with that. It's like, we got enough gyros too. They kind of nod. About this point in time, the door opens up and Hank comes in. It's like, yeah, you wanted to see me, Pops? It's like, we're having a conversation. Grab yourself a drink and sit. It's like, it's not even noon yet. It's like, well, either way, you're hanging out. So you can either do it with a drink in your hand or not. It's like, fair.
And I'll point down at the map and I'll say, what is this to the north here? You have something marked here on the north, something that you... I'm referring to the secondary shaft north of the facility.
Okay.
I'm kind of asking them specifically what that is and if there's... How we might... Yeah.
You have the chance to descend a shaft, you take that chance. That I've learned.
So we saw it while they're building it, some kind of offset entry area. My guess is like emergency exit, fire exit, or and before Pops can finish, Luco's like, I'll bet you anything it's there. Oh shit, we got hit from the front entrance. Let's escape out the back hatch.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's not regularly utilized. You don't see any traffic over there. For the most part, they even tried to bury it with like shrubbery and shit. But there is, to that northeastern, area just outside kind of, the facility mound. Like there is a concrete platform there.
All right. Well, I suggest if we can, and then we try to leave that open. We don't want to trap this. These corpos, they can fight hard, but they don't. Often, when the shit really hits the fan, they'll run, and we want to leave them an exit route if possible.
Luca's like, why do you want to leave them an exit?
You ever study cave combat? You always want to leave them an exit.
It's like, if we don't block off,
otherwise they'll fight to the death.
It's like, they kind of look at that and Luca kind of chews on those words as Caleb will ask you, a lot of corpos that'll fight to the death?
I don't know any corporals that will fight to the death, but if they're in a facility they can't get out of with everyone descending on them, and they don't have their exit route, that's exactly what I'm scared of. Give them the exit route, let them run. I think Sun Tzu said something about that.
I mean, yeah, if you really care, you can post people by the exit, but...
It's like, well, that gives us 3, possibly 4 entry points that you'd keep right in. They've got a way out through the framework building up top, the main way on the west, the train route to the east, and apparently an emergency exit to the northeast. And Pops is like, hey, as much as I hate to say this, I'm under the firm believer this time of no survivors. I don't want a bunch of corporate people coming back. If anybody leaves alive, I want to make sure it's a stern understanding of if they come back, their life is forfeit. Now, if we can do this without killing everyone, great. If not, I think there's an old saying that's something about blood makes the grass grow, and my crops be hungry.
All right, fair enough. But anytime it gets like that, you'll be risking your numbers for theirs. So just keep that in mind.
Vertex has ideas, but is also not there.
Okay. Johnny, just listening?
Yeah, at the moment I'm just agreeing with Luco mostly, just nodding along.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Hank starts looking at saying, and Pops looks over at Hank. Can we alter the LoJacks? He's like, I probably could. I'm not sure if I can without alerting, the receiving unit. It's like, okay, what about falsifying them? It's like, maybe. Says and kind of like reaches into a side thing, pulls out a data tablet and starts playing some stuff on this while he kind of sips his gin and listens to you guys. And I think that this is a good moment while we all think this over to do our halfway point break real quick.
Sounds good.
Yes, culture nerd. That's why that's why I've adopted the saying of I have a good friend of mine whose dad is a Marine, and yeah, that's one of those sayings that kind of sticks with you. But I'm a military brat in a way. So, however, before we get any farther, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Before I throw the timer up here, everybody, I want to give a big shout out to some of our sponsors here at Cybernation: Lion Banner Games, Studio Agate, Free League Publishing, Sirenscape, Fantasy Grounds, Modifius Entertainment, Loki Battle Naps, of course, all the wonderful people at Artel Saurian who make Cyberpunk Red possible. And, of course, at this point, a big shout out to each and every one of you who either listen to our streams, whether it be here in real time or on YouTube or video on demand in the future. Thank you. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to me specifically, but it means a lot to all of us here at Cybernation. We are going to go to a 10-minute break. Let me switch over to break time. And today we are going to be doing, 10 minutes. There we go. I'll throw 10 minutes on the clock. I'm going to keep mics hot, everybody. So that's your warning. And we'll be right back, everyone. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I will be back in just a minute.
I'll be right back.
I am going to mute myself because you guys don't pay me enough to come to the bathroom with me.
Yeah, that's free. For me, that's free.
Well, you can head into your interdimensional bathroom and have a word with you if you want.
Good callback.
Why I'm here.
Ready to bust some freaking heads. Yeah, I'm like, I'll leave the fucking planning up to you guys. I'm just gonna make my thing a little better, because, yeah, tactics are not Nan's strong suit, per se.
Yeah, Johnny's kind of down to, hey, thanks for another +2. Johnny's kind of
more
down to
+2s.
listen.
Yeah, well, I feel like
kind of happy to
Johnny
listen to them.
Johnny's like such a strategic person. Like, he's always being politically calculating and everything. It makes sense that you'd be good at, kind of steering this conversation in a way. And then JJ as well, obviously, is like a cop, so he's got knowledge of raids and tactical teams, task forces, shit like that. So
Hell fucking yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to this.
yes.
I'm glad I'm really glad I landed my shot.
Yeah, that's a nice little one-up situation.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. I've got pretty high evasion now as well, so I was considering letting him take a shot at me too, but
Yeah, just
double or nothing, you know?
yeah, totally.
But I think I might be taking a bit far. or just, doing it like old school style. Both take 10 steps and take a shot.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, we're in a very Western-themed locale, so it would
You should have, Ty. You honestly should have. Brighton
That
would have
would've been cool,
loved
yeah.
that. Like, all right, man, double or nothing, take a shot. We like, shit, yeah, give me that cut. Even the
By
drawing
the looks of
aspect too. Yes.
By the looks of what he was rolling, I think we're like roughly equal in both the stats.
You guys are close.
Well, I don't know what his handgun stat is actually saying that.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
I think your handgun is better, but his evasion is almost maxed.
Okay, yeah, my evasion, isn't quite that much, but it's pretty good. With a little bit of jazz, I might be.
right.
Yeah.
my
Shit, you got some jazz, man. You should have said something. We could have been partying sooner. Like.
I haven't got a huge amount of jazz, and that is the one that he's saving. The coke and the smash, fucking help yourself. He's keeping that.
Jazz and Sin are, for those of you all listening, are actually old 2020 drugs I've tried to experiment with and bringing them back in the time of Red. 2020 had pages and pages of drugs, both for medtechs, pharmacom drugs, and then the wide variety of everything else. And I would just, as a homebrew creator, I would like to see more drugs. So I'm experimenting with that and with my worlds and gameplay settings.
Yeah, I feel like that's one thing that, like, I mean, I'm sure more stuff will come out as, like, the game evolves, but I do feel like sometimes Red, simplifies to the point of, like, to a little too far, I guess, one way to put it.
And that was kind of the idea. I mean, and if you ever played 2020, the bonuses did get out of hand. And I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, them
I think
trying
there's
to
a
prevent
middle
that.
ground, though, that could be a little bit struck sometimes.
Okay, and that's what it is, because even like with the homebrew stuff I've offered you guys, it does change the narrative balance of the world, and I understand that. That's why some things take you several attempts to get before you can get it, or will only be sold to people of a certain rep, because I could sell this to someone else, and it does better for my position to have dealings of people a bit more notable, because they're going to be coming back to me. So I play that political climate differently because of a lot of things. Whether it works or doesn't work, it's part of the trial error of being a homebrew DM.
Yeah, of course, I get it.
Plus, I think without all the sex drugs, the Philharmonic vampires lose a certain amount of that edge. When you could be at a random event and all of a sudden everyone's doped up on, lust, sin, smash, and various other things, and all of a sudden it literally is a lizard orgy.
I like it.
Just having a grand old time.
Nothing like a good cyber lizard orgy.
Well, I picked a really weird moment to come back.
I mean, I'm sure you can understand the context in which that was spoken.
Just
Cyber Lizard Orgy.
Yeah, we gotta get to busting some heads so that we have finished the arc of this story today.
Mm-hmm.
well, you guys,
Probably not today. It'll probably be a next time thing.
well, you guys are almost done with the planning phase. This will go as until basically the three heads can agree on something. You guys have a chance to interject here, or the NPC's plan is what's going to happen. Luco is trying to utilize you guys to try to think of different angles to make sure there isn't a lot of death, because he doesn't think Pops' plan is going to work well. There is, after all, 100 security people at this installation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, they've done combat training exercises and stuff there. They getting a little bit of intel would totally be helpful. That's just a matter of you guys have to let time pass to get that intel. But we'll get to that point here shortly, and you guys can make that call whether or not you want the fixer to show up because you guys want more ammo or supplies or not. And but hopefully we can get to that starting point today. If not, it'll definitely be on the docket for next session.
Yeah. So I've got 3 questions relating to kind of what you're talking about right now. You said they got lots of people, basically at least 100, as cited in that thing. How many? Like, what's the strength of the camp? Like, how many people can we put to arms, basically?
Not counting any of.
Yeah, good question.
Not counting of any of the people who are here to party. Not counting any of you guys. The numbers I'm about to give you are strictly on an NPC base, okay? Between the Jones family NPCs and their mooks and the chrome snakes, it's around 75 people.
Okay.
Now,
That's
about
a lot.
about 10 to 15 tops are something other than what you would classify at mook or hardened mook settings. Okay, so
how many you said? 15 tops?
15 tops. Shell, Pearl, Luco, Caleb, Billy, Thomas, Pops, the couple other NPCs of Caleb's posse I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I'm talking these NPCs. They are not mooks.
Yeah.
And then that's also then counting would basically be Brighton, Death's Head, Alpha, and you guys. I think is how we get up to 15. Around the 15 number.
So
what do we think?
Farming, they do farming out here. Do they have fertilizer?
Yeah.
Or do they have planes? Like planes that we can do crop dusting from?
They don't use crop dusters as they actually have, but they do have
it's not perfect.
gyros, a couple AVs. They could do some things that way.
As a thought, how quickly could we get Mickey the Mouse out here?
Why?
I mean, we're part of the family, right? I'm just thinking he might be able to help us out.
If you
I don't just mean Mickey.
Not exactly his type.
No, I see what you're asking. Okay.
A lot to ask, but
no, he would actually send you guys a small force backup.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys don't have a lot of pull and ring, but if you really, really needed something, I mean, obviously he's going to want a take off of something here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, these guys are going to have all kinds of useful stuff. Like, if they're Amoebus Bioprime, they're going to have things like food, probably some kind of medicine, some, definitely weapons. Like, their security forces are going to have weapons. We could probably snag up a few of those.
Yeah.
But by this point in time, to help, I don't want to cut you guys short for here a second, but we are back from break.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
You guys have been planning for about an hour. Okay, Vertec, whether all the horse races and stuff can hold your interest for an hour, or you'll go do something else. that's up to you. Nan, at any point in time, you know, if you wanted to leave these guys to work on your gun and like grab a snack or do something around camp, you can.
Yeah,
You
well, I don't really feel like I'm there. I feel like I was still working on my weapon.
yeah,
Like,
you are time wise, you
I
are.
don't have much to offer a tactics conversation. You know, like it's not really my strong suit at all. Unfortunately, I feel like everybody else actually has a much more reasonable like contribution to this discussion.
Cool.
We are heading into possibly talking about making a bomb, though.
Okay.
Or some sort of diversionary thing. Do you have demolitions?
I have demolitions, yes, that I can handle. Well, hopefully. I have a base 14 in demolition. I'm adding 14 of things in demolition, so it's not bad. I mean, it's better than nothing. And I got some luck to spend, some +2s. So I'm super willing to help on that front. Let just, you know, put me to it. I mean, I don't know what if these talks are kind of going into the evening, then yeah, I'm probably will have finished up and Vertex will pick me up and we'll be talking more.
I think if you were that good at demolitions, I think JJ probably would know that.
Oh yeah, you'd be familiar.
Yeah, even if you weren't in the room, kind of thing. I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I haven't hidden these talents from you guys or nothing.
Well, if you guys bring this up, talking about it, even with that, like, well, you know, we can make some explosives. You know, Nan can actually work on explosives. Pops will let you know that, you know, Ma Gretchen can, you know, is quite handy in the kitchen with everything from cookies to napalm. If we need explosives made, she's not going to help out with the raid. She will happily bake us up whatever we need. So you guys, just as a note, she is a skilled demolitionist. You know, if that's something you guys want to look into,
Well, we could probably work together on it.
Yep, she will be more
if
than
that's
happy.
the route we go.
You know, facilitate, and yeah, it's like, you know, very much like the Hank situation. The rules of her kitchen apply. Luca, though, at this moment, taking what you guys have said and, you know, hearing what Hank could do, is like, look, Nope, that is not the right roll I need to make for him. Fuck right! Luca's like, look.
All right, let's just do what Lucas wants to do, guys.
He's like, here's what I'm thinking. Okay. You guys' vehicle's to low jack, right, Pops? Right, Caleb? He's like, yeah. He's like, cool. Caleb, anyone can tell you have a grudge with me. He's like, we'll resolve it. Well, after this. He's like, no, let's resolve it. Let's resolve it during the raid. He's like, I want the family to come attack the Chrome Snakes. We invaded your land. They don't need to know names of people. But if you guys are chasing a bunch of people across the area, we can pull most of our forces around and actually pull them farther away from the train exit, the main entrance, or even the side exit. Let's scatter them around the property. It's like, but they outnumber us. If they've got 100-man security force, even with all of our people here, they're still going to outnumber us. And that's not even who's in charge of the platoon or any people in charge, he says sternly. And at this point, he finishes his glass and sets it down and goes, let's hide some of the people in with the Chrome Snakes. Let's hide some of our talent there, like maybe like Death Head or Alpha or Brighton with Shell and Pearl. That way, you know, you guys, the Jones family, can very much, when they call and ask what the fuck's going on, you can request help from them to come and capture these land raiders, because they'll help you capture them. We saw it that one time when, you know, we were dealing with the actual horse thieves. Pops is like stares off for a moment. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that. It's like, yeah, they helped. Okay. They didn't shoot any of them. They didn't shoot to kill. They shot to injure and detain. He's like, maybe we can do that to pull them in close enough that we can pull the switcheroo. Take them by force or kill them. They'll be caught in a pincer. Caleb kind of like at this point is actually starting to like get interested in what Luco's saying. He's like, then we send a small team in. He's like, I'm not sure if we can, but if we can sneak in a small team during the diversion, people will wait. He kind of like Luco sighs and kind of looks over at Johnny and JJ here with that like you guys.
Yeah.
Johnny's already nodding, like agreeing with all this.
Yeah,
And
that
he's like,
makes sense.
he's like,
This
let's.
seems like the most sensible plan so far.
He's like, let's sneak, like use the cover to sneak them in. He's like, I know. He's like, we don't have many net runners here, but I know one that I would bet the farm on. And Kale's like, and Pops is like, seriously? He's like, no, I would bet the farm on her. It's like Pearl's good. Hell, Pearl could probably do battle with Netwash. She'd do it for us. She's got the body. She loves doing this. She could sneak in, even part of with the team, or even as an advanced thing. It's like they'll spot her. He's like, nah, dude, she's got full cyber body, camo skin, and everything. He's like, chameleon, and Pops is like, I haven't seen that. And like, yeah, apparently it's a new body, new models.
Full stealth camo.
It's like she can sneak in, she can do our net run, she can take care of security and prevent them and lock them up. We pull enough of them away, we can effectively there'll only be the higher ups and maybe their whatever science and logistical personnel. We take the fort and get them to surrender. If the advanced team gets caught and they pull back forces, fine, we just close the net. It's easier to shoot a fleeing target than it is to shoot one actually engrossed and fortified in their tower. We pull them out to give us to be able to even the playing field. And at this point, Pops is kind of nodding along, and Caleb's like, I mean, it'll make the most sense. It's like, we may need to get some of Johnny's people to kind of like, in with the Chrome Snakes, kind of even it out a little bit there, or make the runs look big enough to warrant this. But he's like, if all of your guys' vehicles are low jacked, that's 60 horses. If I saw 60 dots on the radar coming my way, yeah, I'd probably raise almost everything I had, if not everything I did have.
Yeah.
And Haas was like, okay. It's like, we just gotta be prepared for a firefight. He's like, my guys are gonna need some armor
Alrighty.
though. He's like, we call Nan. If it's like, when do you guys want to do this? If we wait till the storm, like, if Luco says the storm is correct, he's like, hey, they're like, he's like, but if the storm is correct, that covers what's probably we're going to need, so they don't. If they see my guys as insignias, it might cause a problem. Give me at least the day we can get everything repainted, put everything unmarked, but we at least need some time to prep for this. And that's not counting if we want to use bombs or anything else. Looking over at JJ, like, I'm not sure if you guys would even be up for this kind of part of the thing, or how you guys would want to sneak in, but it's easier to get an elite team in than everyone to get through the front door, I think.
Gotta agree with that.
Yeah, just makes sense.
Um,
And we're an elite team. I mean, come on. If we're not an elite team, who is?
You're not the
Well,
generic
so-
mooks.
so
We are
no
so elite,
movie.
it's not even funny.
We're no mook. Ooh.
Johnny, were you gonna have something?
Was I getting red? No.
No? Oh, was that Nick?
yeah, I was gonna ask. So like, kind of, I think JJ is going to ask of Luco, like, what if we follow along with you, and then when you pass by, chasing them around, pass by the north entrance or the north shaft, we sort of discreetly break off from you there and sneak in that way. Does that sound like a plan?
He's like, yeah, while we're doing the runaround, assuming they haven't responded, we could technically drop you off anywhere. It's just a matter of how close we get or where we're hiding you at. But
I mean,
he's like, but assuming, Sorry, guys. I have to cover my camera a moment. Okay.
No problem.
Cool. Sorry. Child's not allowed on camera. You guys don't pay me enough for that.
It's
If however,
You get
yes,
paid?
we can effectively drop you off anywhere. If you want to try to go in from that hidden entrance, we will plan that way. If you guys want to go into the front door or the back entrance, you just let us know. We could drop you off. We'll make that happen. We'll plan how we get into their property area based on your guys' drop-off point you want.
Personally, I think the north entrance makes the most sense, but as with everything in battle, remain flexible.
know.
If we,
No plan
if we
survives
find
first
ourselves-
contact.
Exactly. So, if the shit's hitting the fan, then maybe we try for the. We'll have to hustle the 8K from the west entrance or whatever, but we'll figure it out.
And that is the
Vortex arrives with a thought.
Go ahead.
They kind of walk in with a cup of coffee and go, "Hey, we're discussing the Amoebus attack, right?
Yeah.
Has anybody brought up killing the power to the building?"
It's like, well, we'd have to get access to the building. It's like Pops is like, everything they're running is off
EMPs?
independent inside. He's like, well, if you guys want to get a big enough EMP, that's an option. He's like, I know someone who has things like that. If you guys want to spend some money,
I think Vertex, you picked me up, and now I'm there too, right? Or no?
I mean, yeah, if you want to be.
Does that make sense, Raven?
oh yeah, no,
That
yeah.
works out.
I told you guys during break. At any point in time, you
Right.
guys can interject yourself in this. This was
Yeah,
going to go on for several
so,
hours.
It is worth noting that I picked up Nan on the back of a horse.
Vertex, I'm impressed. You
Writing.
took this up quickly. I didn't know you rode.
I am very adaptable. I
see
think you'll
that.
find I'm quite flexible too.
Oh, I've seen that in Battle, friend.
You
So, yeah,
are.
I'm just gonna be like, if we do a big EMP, they're gonna know something's up. It's gonna kind of ruin the ruse, I think, because it's like, oh, there's a big kerfuffle of the gang versus blah blah blah. But then a big EMP goes off, they're gonna know that something's up. Like that's, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously it would be ideal if they had no power, but I mean, setting off an EMP that large could probably affect us in the first place, and also it would just give away the like quiet strike team thing, like
Yeah.
right off the bat.
But what if we were to, say, hit the junction box outside?
Right.
Like,
Once we
we already
get
got
in,
one.
that's something we could do like as part of our infiltration.
Yeah.
In a more local like area, and then it's less like facility wide per se.
Yeah,
An
we can have
underground
Nan.
facility like this, though, we might want to be careful about completely knocking out the power if it
Yeah.
knocks out.
I don't have IR vision or anything, so or actually
Mm.
wait.
not even
Oh,
with
actually, I
that,
do.
but-
I do. So I'm good. I have low light IR UV, but
We
We
could
have
always
no
get some
idea what they're
flares.
doing down there. If it requires proper ventilation and stuff like that, they'll definitely have like backup generators and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, they'll have backup generators to keep that shit running. But like, we want to be careful of like if we knock everything out completely, we might find ourselves in there basically suffocating or something like that. depending on
Right.
what's-
Which
So,
would not
like-
be ideal.
or they'll have it will trigger every like security system in there. Come on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that would also kind of suck.
homemade explosives we could do here, given enough time. You need, 8 to 12 hours to get reprint done. It's like, yeah, I need Hank to do a couple scramblers too, just in case for maybe the insertion teams we get this figured out. It's like, okay. It's like, and Pops kind of looks over and is like, what about your tech friend? It's like, my,
Insertion team was my nickname in college.
it's like Pearl. If Pearl's gonna go with you guys, or she might even be willing to go ahead of time.
Hmm.
You need to at least try to get in, a good position before the shit hits the fan. She could do a variety of these net things. Maybe at that point, that's if she can cover the distance. He's like, once again, not having the information on defenses or surveillance stuff is going to be a bitch here.
Yeah.
It's like, but I've done enough jobs with Pearl to know that she can walk past or right through a wide range of security stuff with her chameleon skin. It doesn't pick her up.
And we don't really have any contacts on the inside. Like they don't have basically any choombas or anyone like that.
No, Pops is like, I have people of theirs I can call. I'm not sure if you want me to, and I need a good reason.
Yeah.
But I could. Yeah, I have a site manager, actually, apparently some executive person of Amoebas. I have his contact information. Charles,
Yeah, but he's not exactly a man on the inside. He's just somebody you know, right? Yeah.
he from my understanding, he runs the site.
Yeah. No.
Odds are good he's not going to be chill with what we're doing here.
No.
Probably not. I'd reckon not.
Everyone has a price, but
He's like, if you guys want, any special tech or extra things that you don't want to make, I got a fixer I can call. You can actually show up here around midnight tonight.
Let's get her. Let's get her over here because we're gonna need to restock. We're gonna need all the firepower we can get.
It's like I throw some money at getting, the chrome, getting your boys looking over at Luco, like getting them enough armor to prevent this assault. But if these people are going to go, right into the shit of it, yeah, I'll throw some money at, make sure they get squared away.
Ooh.
After all, I'm not, I might make sure, I'll make sure if you guys want to stick your neck out in line for us, I'll make sure you're compensated in the end.
Well, you've already compensated us quite well, so we'll take more where that comes from, if you know what I mean.
But all weather reports do show a storm cell moving in over the course of Sunday. It should actually have larger wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour, and there's actually, it would be in this day and age, not in the time of Red, but in the real world in IRL, it'd be the type of 50 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts across open plains and desert is enough to issue warnings of various kinds, and is going to cause site issues when it comes to the dirt being kicked up, dust, sand, pseudo whiteout conditions, visibility issues, that kind of thing.
But that's good for us. I mean, that's good for us.
Correct. It's going to help the rating team, and will give you guys an error of coverage if you guys decide to wait and do this tomorrow night. And does give you guys effectively the 24 hours to get all geared, 30 hours to get geared up.
Yeah, obviously there's still a lot that can go wrong, but
get things tech upgraded or get anything made. Above table, I need to ask, your guys' current plan is to actually go in through the secret, I say with air quotes, but the emergency exit. You guys want to go in that way. You want to have the netrunner be with you guys, and that is the current beginning thought process of your guys' insertion team plan, correct?
I think so. That sounds good enough to me. I mean, there's always going to be stuff that goes wrong. There's, we can't plan for everything, but I don't want to get too bogged down in the planning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could always add more and more layers, but at some point we just got to do it.
No, that's fine.
We can sit here planning for weeks.
No, I think that's currently where we sit. That's right. I just think the one thing that might change that is if any gear, explosives, or equipment might change that plan a little bit. And we do have the option to kind of get some fixer stuff in, so that's what I'm.
Okay, I know, and the reason I'm asking this is for the map and where you guys are going to be at for all that, I need to have these things set out so I can plan everything accordingly of what happens based off your guys' planning and everything going on. So I'm always going to be clear to prevent confusion. Now, the insertion team is just going to be the player character group and one NPC.
Yeah, I think we'll be.
Yeah, our net.
Do we want to go in with Pearl, or do we want to send Pearl ahead of time?
I think just in case something goes wrong, we need to have her with us.
True, but she can sneak in advance.
Yeah.
That is an option to either
Okay.
be at net access or to facilitate, you guys literally getting in quickly and easily, or even be there to do
100%.
certain some things. There is a chance of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I'm not 100%
Yeah, what we should
sure
do-
why I feel like that is the right answer, but sending her in first feels like the right answer to me.
Yeah, we should send her in.
I can't articulate why. It
Yeah.
feels like the right answer.
I mean, it
We
sounds
should send her
cool,
in
you
12
know.
hours
like-
in advance, right? And then we'll give her some time. Maybe not 12 hours, 4 hours in advance.
It could give us. Will comms be open? Will we be able to communicate with her while she does that, or no?
No, she will need absolute radio silence until everything starts.
Right.
She can, though, at this point in time, because at some point in this, Luca will call in Pearl so you guys can actually talk with Pearl. Okay.
Yeah,
I was about
her-
to say, like, should we ask Pearl?
Yeah, see
yeah.
how
Okay.
she feels about it. Yeah.
And one, yes, okay. She's like, depending on what you guys need me to do, me going in advance is the best. Now, communication-wise, that's going to be rough, but she's like, I have enough space on my cyber body that I can actually facilitate a communications hub with you guys once you guys are within sight or facility. I can scramble that.
Yeah.
I can get us on a 0-point comm.
right.
Okay. I
We
will
should
need
definitely set up a 0-point comm. Good idea. Another thing that we're going to want you to try and do is, if you can, try and scramble their communications. We want them in the dark as much as possible. The less they know, the better we are,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And if we can make that work for us, we can use their own ignorance as a weapon against them and strike where they least expect us. Another thing is if you can, send them off on wild goose chases, or at the very least track their locations, we'll have an advantage if we know who's going to be in place X ahead of time Y.
Right.
And the more information you can get us, the better. We like having numbers, but also stuff like what kind of level of training they have, what kind of level of equipment they have,
The deep.
whether or not their moms are single, that kind of stuff.
We're planning this
Heck.
tomorrow night of actually doing a raid, she says.
Tomorrow night seems to be the general
Okay.
thing, yeah.
Under the cover of storm.
Okay, she takes off her jacket and kind of sets on the table. She's like, okay, I'll go do some reconnaissance here. See if I can figure out. For your guys' attack plan though, yeah, I'm gonna need to leave early this way I can get into sight and get things set up.
Yeah.
Let me go do some scouting right now, she says, and I will I'll get back to you here by this evening time. She says, and at this
I'm serious about the moms being single thing. That is of importance to me that you do not understand.
she rolls her eyes at you, but will excuse herself,
Oh, funny Vivek.
grab her jacket, and we'll
I am hilarious, and you will quote everything I say.
and we'll leave. So she can actually gather that information.
Yeah.
However, sounds like you guys have a plan. Are you guys gonna need to getting explosives made? Doesn't sound like it, but
Yeah, I mean, is that still part of the plan? I mean, it's never bad to just have extra fertilizer, explosives in the back pocket, literally or figuratively.
Honestly, if we can carry. Sorry, just as another idea thing, I know I've been talking a lot here, but
No, you're fine.
if we have something that'll something like napalm that'll just do a continuous burn, we can pour that. Say we come across an intersection in a hallway, it's
Yeah, we can just
we're here,
light it
and
up.
then it goes like this, right? Like a T intersection. We can only really go one direction, but if we set the other direction on fire, and that's a continuous burn that we can count on, that's going to cause them problems if they try to sneak up on us from behind. You know, good
Right.
way to prevent ambushes.
I had a couple ideas about that. Well, two ideas. The Gunmart door cracker, it's only 50 eddies, so it's probably pretty easy to get it. And even with your demolition skills, you could probably make something pretty comparable pretty easily.
Yeah.
It's a Gunmart door cracker, and I mean, you can look at the skills in Black Chrome, but it takes 30 seconds to arm for most people. But this can be reduced to one action with a DV15 demolitions check, so you can pretty much do that pretty quickly. That allows us.
Yeah.
To
I mean, I would only fail that. You said DV 15.
yeah.
Yeah, I would only fail that on a nat 1. So.
So we can grab some of those. That might help us get through some doors if we end up indoors, or if somebody gets the drop on Pearl or something like that and locks up all the doors on us, we can still blow through them. I also think maybe we should grab some of the outlet explosives. It's the same kind of thing where if we give them to you, you can set them pretty quickly going down the hall. And if there are outlets for us to plug into, then you can kind of blow those remotely as we leave. And that will kind of cover our exit, or at least create some sort of a diversion in another part of the building.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's pursuing us, you could blow them. So
Blow
those are my
them?
two
Oh, I see what you mean.
but those are my
Phrasing,
two
dude.
ideas for the explosives from Black Chrome as things. If we got a fixer coming in, I guess those are things more for you, Nan, to kind of have. But I would
I'll
suggest-
peruse what this fixer has in stock. But if we can like send a message to the fixer that's like, bring all your explosives and fun toys that you got.
Pops.
Neither of those are particular. Go. Sorry.
No, I hate to interrupt you guys. Pops just
No, I was
needs to
just saying neither
know
of those are-
what you guys want Nana to bring. Nana will bring it. At least if she
Alright.
does it. She also can do some
mean,
custom mods and everything else that she does have. I'll tell her to bring her her good truck. It's got an industrial 3D printer on it.
Yeah,
One of the big
Anything
ones.
that she has that is made of explodium, we want it.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb's like
That's
ammo.
right.
Luco's like armor.
Grenades.
Hank's like, I need plastic compound 837 to actually make you guys as actual pop-up shields for the cyber horses. Like, cool. I'll tell her to bring 3D components. We can get those actually set up. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's like if anybody needs any weapon work, send them to the shop. We'll get priority, but I'll let everyone at the shop know, prepare for a double shift, and with that, he will excuse himself and head back to the shop.
I could do with some new sunnies. Can I send you over some specs?
Yeah.
Bargain.
He's like,
Sounds
as
good.
you're doing family work, like the only thing you're gonna get charged is basically the cost of parts.
Sounds good to me.
Love it.
You guys need anything, let me know sooner than later so I can get you in on the work order. And
Yeah, 100%.
JJ's got his hand up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tech up. If I could, tech upgrade my Gibson BattleTech Smart Armor so that it does not cause a negative.
Let me look
My
at it real
movement?
quick.
Yeah, it's medium. It's basically medium armor, Jack.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll just.
I think I'm alright with what I've got. I'm just gonna probably just get more like grenades, typical grenades and stuff like in the core rulebook. Do I need to tell you about that, or can I just like do the math and?
You can give me like most likely Nana will have the amount, but if there's something you want in terms of a shopping list or make sure the person has, send me a list. Put it in Foundry. Actually, is what I'm going to ask at
In
this
Foundry?
moment. Yeah, put it in a
Yeah.
Foundry chat. This way, all of our lovely viewers can see the nonsense you guys are planning.
Sure. Oh shoot, I should.
Oh yes, no. And I'm saying this as a caveat because of my table, and I want to make sure chat is aware So excuse me for a second. Yes, they can tech upgrade the minus away, due to the technically down to a -1. However, because your body is so high, that minus will actually get negated to a 0 as you are any type of weight encumbrance by the medium armor will be non-existent, and he can modify it in a way so it bends and moves with your body more naturally, so it's non-restrictive in these facets. So yes, you can get this tech upgraded tactical smart armor and have the minus be gone.
Hell yeah.
It is
Perfect.
going to take one of his slots in terms of time. Yes, there's a lot of people there, and effectively anything you guys want tech done wise here at the moment is basically the time it takes is half, or less than half actually. It's a fraction of the time because there's 11 techs working on things.
Yeah. Many hands make light work.
Mm-hmm. Armor penalty. So
I think I might want some type of upgrade. Yeah.
now, in terms of in case you guys are curious, in terms of medical facilities here, they have the equivalent of a clinic in terms of facilities and capabilities. Okay.
Okay.
It's nothing fancy. It's not like they have a lot of cyberware here. They do not. They have backup things for the things people need regularly: neural links, interface plugs, cyber eye components, basic things you would need for repair and maintenance. They have like one backup prosthetic arm and eye, but it's not combat grade, it's prosthetic grade. So there is no humanity hit, but there's also no benefits that it gives you as well.
Right.
Your Gibson is properly configured at the moment. To let you know, Nick.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Just deduct 500 eddies for materials.
No problem. I was also going to see about, it's kind of a low priority. I want everyone else to get a chance to like improve things or whatever first, but if there's a tech upgraded bulletproof shield, and all I'd want is just more shield HP. I have one, like I have one on hand, so I could either upgrade it, or if they have one around, tech upgraded shield.
They can do that kind of thing, but it is a really low priority. They're using printers to actually make basically better version shields anyways. He does let you know though that Nana, since they are calling the fixer, Nana has a variety of better shields. You can pick one up from her if we can squeeze that in.
Not a problem. Yeah, and even if I went without, it's a couple more hit points on the shield.
Yeah.
100% gray pound. To basically get like even like 2 isn't much. Anything more than that, you luckily you would need like a linear frame for, which you have. So, but it's depending on everything else they got going on. There is a bulk of them doing things. So it's one of those. I have it. Here's a note. Let me see if anybody else has anything. Smart, high fashion tech, upgraded mirror shades with targeting scope and low vision. Oh yeah, smart glasses, 100%.
Do you think that she'd be able to bring a sniping scope and a smart gun link?
Yes.
Is your gun smart?
Oh, no, I think that's what the smart gun link does. Here, let me double check. My bad.
Oh, I thought. Okay, no, you have interface plugs. The smart.
I have interface plugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah.
I might have been thinking of this. Yeah, never mind.
No, you're good.
Subdermal or whatever it is.
Oh yeah. No, it's no, I don't have that, but I do. Let me just make sure that I'm like gonna be using it right, or that it will actually be useful to me though.
Uh,
I think you're right. It upgrades that's the gun upgrade is the smart gun link.
Johnny, because you still want a high fashion version of smart glasses, it is going to be 500.
Is how much?
500.
Is it a new thing? Because I have high fashion mirror shades they can use.
Oh, you have the mirror shades to actually use, and yeah, totally 250.
Okay.
100% there, yes. That they can.
And this is all full price that we're paying.
Technically, you guys are paying half. You're technically any tech upgrades or things you guys want done here is basically half cost. They're not
Okay,
charging
but-
labor; they're just charging parts.
But from Nana, our fixer.
Okay, Nana, you guys will be paying full cost for.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you guys are asking them to get squared away. If there's anything you guys want to do, or should I just fast forward time to your guys' fixer incident later this evening? I'm not trying to take away your guys' roleplay time. I'm just facilitating,
you're
asking what the group wants. Trying to keep it moving.
Yeah, I mean,
I have only one more thing. Can I tape my flashlight to my gun, or can I have a tech tape my flashlight to my gun?
Absolutely not. Completely unacceptable. Your gun doesn't have any depending on the size of your flashlight, what gun are we talking here?
I would like to put it on the Hellbringer, but I also have the Fox, the Militech Fox. I would like to put it on the Magnum Opus Hellbringer, which is a very heavy.
I will allow it on the Hellbringer.
Okay. And is it just a matter of, like, I imagine my flashlight's probably like a police-style tactical flashlight. Would I just be like I do have duct tape too. Would I just be taping it, or would I get Nan to tape it for me, or?
That's absolutely fine. It's a makeshift
Up
thing.
to you.
Okay. Give me a basic tech roll, and I'm going to assume, or a weapons tech. It's your choice. And this is going to be your ability to do this, and tape it on it, and not cause an issue using the weapon or the weapon functioning. If you want to have the tech do it, that's fine. It's a dummy roll.
I guess the simpler question might be, am I able to hold the gun and the flashlight at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is it a
well, then I'm
pistol?
not even gonna bother taping them together. I'll
So,
just still hold the gun.
Is it a pistol?
It's a very heavy pistol.
Yeah, you technically
Yeah,
have
but
the strength.
two-handed, right?
No, he technically has the strength high enough to fire it one-handed. It's a Magnum
Oh,
Opus.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't-
but
I
also
can't
like
hold
it's
it.
such a classic, like
But
like
it's also the classic cop thing, pistol,
you have a
light,
one- yeah.
as part of that, using one arm to balance and help steady your
I have
aim.
basically Doom rules in my head, like Doom 3, kind of like flashlight or gun. Like I don't know. I was
Yeah. There's no
All right.
ambidextrous
Nothing to
feat or
bother me.
skill. Everyone can use
Yeah.
things, and assuming you're strong
Yeah.
enough, you're good. Thank you for asking. No, it's fine. So, but yeah, you guys want to still get things done at camp, or do you guys want to, fast forward time a little bit?
I think
I'm wondering if the tech boys can fix a bayonet to one of my guns.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Cool.
gun? I mean, hypothetically. I mean, I want to say yes because it's such a normal attachment, but you could have a really small pistol with a bayonet 3 times longer, and I'm gonna have to say no. This isn't 40K.
I have a heavy pistol.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get a
Alright.
knife attachment added to it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
you, Johnny.
Ark, was I able to get the upgrades to the glasses as well, or just the smug?
What tech upgrades did you want for the scope and low light vision? Because I see tech upgraded mirror shades with targeting scope and low light.
No, the shades need to be upgraded to have both of those. Otherwise, they'll only fit one.
No, that's fine. No, that is just yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
That is something you can tech upgrade the slot to fit the extra thing to have these paired. Yes, that is a common thing people do in my world, so that's why I'm not even batting an eye.
Okay. Cool. I see. So, thank you.
Quick question: how much damage would the bayonet do?
standard. Looks like
Like
I think it's
weapon,
medium, isn't it? A medium weapon?
Medium.
2d6.
pretty sure it's just going to be 2d6.
2d6.
Yep.
Perfect.
It does count as a generic melee weapon. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean you can stab and fire with it twice. That doesn't, no, don't.
Yeah, no, it's standard rate of fire.
Okay.
It's
But if you were to just, wanting to you go stabby McStab him with your shooter, it would have a rate of fire of 2.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a medium melee weapon.
or I could stab and then shoot.
Assuming the gun had a rate of fire of 2, and that's what you wanted to do, yes.
Yep.
I guess if you were out of ammo too and you had to spend the round reloading.
Hold this. Anywho,
Here, hold this.
Okay.
Click. Okay, we're good.
Well, that'd be badass. You stab it into somebody and reload that.
I now have a plus 18 base bonus to shoot with my fucking crossbow. So that's pretty solid for Nan.
If you're in
Yes,
ideal
yes.
ranges, you're getting into easy headshot range, like on a regular, right? Like you're getting into.
Should be. I mean, it depends on the range, I suppose. But
Staple some faces.
okay. So, I have one. I have one for moving the plot along. Any other questions, or do you guys plan, drink, and party the night away?
yeah, is tonight the party?
As... Sorry. Just as we're waiting for the fixer to show up, I'm gonna kind of pull up alongside Nan and just have a few words. That's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vertex, I didn't see you there.
Hey,
Hey,
and
have you been?
they'll hand her a drink.
Oh, what's this?
I have no idea, but there's a big jug of it outside. So could be water, could be horse piss. We don't know.
She'll take the drink out of respect, but she's not taking any sips quite yet. Thanks, Vertex. You're always thinking of me.
I'm just kidding. It's coffee.
Oh, coffee. The coffee I'll drink. The real stuff. They got the real stuff here. It's quite nice,
Yeah.
isn't it, Vertex?
They got the real stuff. It's crazy. You,
I mean, did
you
you
don't
know
get
any-
that kind of thing in Night City.
Did you know places like this existed?
I heard about them, but I always kind of thought they were made up. Just kind of something that you tell kids to make them
Never-
quiet down, like the
Yeah.
Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus or the Queen of England.
The Queen of England. Now that's a good one. Well, I never knew they could exist either. I guess you live in Night City so long, you kind of forget anything else is out there.
Yeah, you really do. And kind of got me thinking. Tomorrow we're gonna be heading out to defend this place or die trying, and there's a very good chance that one or both of us might not make it back.
I understand that, Vertex. It's always a possibility. It's the life
yeah.
us edgerunners have chosen.
Yeah, it's a dangerous job and all. I get that.
It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is what it is. But I was just kind of thinking, like, hey, what if if both of us are still alive after this, you wanted to, grab some pizza with me when we get back to Night City. Just the us.
I'd like that very much, Vertex. And you can see that she's being genuine. She is, but there's also like a bit of a sadness in her eyes or in her tone.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to roll like a human perception. I could maybe tell you a little more.
Oh, fuck it. Let's see what we got. Human perception. I get a plus 10, so I hope you're ready.
Nice.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that you kind of hear this sadness in her voice. Like, I'd love to, Vertex. That sounds really nice. Thanks. Let's. What? It's Friday night. She says maybe Monday, and but you can kind of tell that she doesn't intend to leave. She doesn't intend to go back to Night City, and she doesn't know how to tell you.
Well, Vertex isn't the type to press the issue.
Yeah.
So they'll just kind of like lean into her side and just kind of sit there and enjoy the night with her.
Yeah, and I think that you see a side of Nan that kind of lets loose a little more than usual for the night. She's after a few she actually gives in and has some alcohol or whatever the hell they serve these days. And obviously I'm sure that more of the party will go on, but yeah, she starts to loosen up and has some fun. And I think that maybe in this moment for Nan, this was like when she decided and it's not you, but it just kind of solidified this, like, I can't go back there. I can't go back to Night City, not now. And that decision, I think, is almost freeing to her, and she's kind of like, it's almost ironic because now she's kind of coming out of her shell to you, but I mean, unless you also decide to stay, it's like a little too late, maybe. Anyway, and Vertex, so you're gonna be all right, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. I'm hardy. I've been everywhere. I've been in space. Like, come on, this is me we're talking about.
Vertex,
But
a space person.
But I think I'm only really gonna be all right if you are, okay? So just promise me you'll be okay.
I'll be okay. We'll get through tomorrow. We'll both will. We all will. And we'll be okay. And Vertex, let's dance. Let's go.
Okay. And as we're getting up to go off and dance, Vertex is gonna go. Whatever you decide, I'm right here with you. And they'll give her like a little chuck, like, yeah.
Thanks, Vertex. It means a lot, more than you know.
Now come dance with me. And
go.
Just gonna roll a quick dance check here because I invested 1 point into that, and I'm gonna use it. God damn it!
Don't make me roll dance.
Okay, I only got a 13, so don't feel bad.
I like it. You dance like nobody's watching. I'll dance. I'll dance too, just to see how on par we are. Hey, we're close. I'm keeping up with you, just barely.
Right? Yeah.
I'd like to say that that is the lowest Vertex can roll without a failure, and you are with a 5, still just under there. But you guys are close. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, for Nan, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I got 3 levels in dance, so I'm not like super skilled at it, but I still have a lot of bodily control.
Are you not on Smash at the moment? I thought that would be all right.
No, just casual drinking.
Just out here raw dogging life.
Out here raw dogging life. Yeah, that's how we do.
As the sun begins to set, the nomad families and Johnny's followers very much turn this into a full-on kind of township party. Between night races, of course, night some actual live music's performing covers of the same band that is playing out of the tech shop, which is blaring basically garage metal, loud, obnoxious, heavy metal music as the techs are working nonstop. Surge can be found easily on display by a lot of people here, as many members of the family are going to pull 24-hour shifts getting everything ready to support the assault teams coming tomorrow night. Many members of those assault teams actually drink and party the night away, and a weird, almost wave of camaraderie comes across everyone here, knowing this may be the last night they can all actually enjoy life together. And some people question who will make it back here in the coming days. However, close around 10 p.m. though, Caleb and Luca will come find you guys, going, "Hey, let's go meet up with Nana. She won't stop at town. We meet her where she tells us. If anybody needs any shopping, you all get loaded up in some of the more larger Mad Max style road buses. Larger tires, reinforced armor, gun ports needed, but they take two of them, and like it's half of a school bus to sit in. The other half of the back has no benches. It has storage compartments for crates and stuff. And they are bringing a couple crates of containers, something of glass. You can hear them rattle back and forth as you will drive out a couple kilometers north, about 5.5, into a canyon, picture enclosed in Foundry. And you guys will enter from the top side of the map into
That's
this
what that
canyon
is.
late at night and kind of stop kind of in the northern section up here.
Hmm.
I think I've used this map in a game before, or maybe.
Maybe but
It looks familiar at least.
well, maybe on the right actual thing. However, up here, kind of in this main section, you guys, buses and everyone will stop. And Caleb will always do that. Like, she always pick these places that look like fucking ambushes. Okay.
It does. But are we the ones doing the ambushing?
It is late at night, though. There is, you're getting closer, a couple days out from the full moon, so it's not like it's horribly hard to see. And you guys will wait a little bit. The lights of the vehicles will turn off. They'll use flashlights and portable lights to get to see. And people basically share a bottle to fight off the colder climate out here in the wasteland, because the temperature will drop to 30s Fahrenheit. Let me do some quick conversion for Celsius, folks. So you're looking about -1 Celsius.
In terms of temperature?
Temperature, with the night frigid air.
Like, yeah, so -1 Celsius. So that's like just under freezing point.
Yeah.
30. Wait, does everyone else use Celsius here?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I converted.
Yeah, this looks better weather for me.
Sorry, I missed it.
The temperature this late in the evening,
It's
as the sun's going down
it's
here in the
frigid,
canyon.
but not like terrible. Yeah.
-1, just under 0.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right, okay.
It's
-1
-1 Celsius.
Celsius, which is about 30 degrees Fahrenheit, for anybody wondering.
Correct.
Yeah.
They pass around a bottle
It's
of like
11 here right now, and it's fucking freezing.
it snowed here in the
Yeah,
desert, so I understand. However, they pass around a bottle of darker liquids. It smells of rum, if anybody's curious, to help put a little fire in the belly to help warm the soul. The main NPCs have all come along on the ride. Shell, Pearl, Brighton, Alpha, Deathhead, you guys, the player character group, Caleb's posse, Luco. That's all. It's just the main names. No Pops, no Gretchen, no Hank. All the rest of them are busy. And you guys will wait for a little while as you guys already have the NPC PDF. You can pull up the picture of Nana. However, you guys will hear the rumbling first in the canyon of some kind of diesel-powered vehicle. However, before that, in the night, out here in the desert, give me perception checks. Sight-based, in case you're curious.
So I have like low light vision and stuff, so I'm assuming I don't take a negative, or do I get a positive?
There's no you would not get negative. Plus, there isn't any clouds blocking almost a full moon. So
it's almost a full moon, so it's pretty bright.
Yeah.
Could you say I would even get a positive with all the extra light helping my technology out?
Yes. I'll give you. I'll give you a +1. you really want.
I mean, binoculars are a thing in the game, right? And
Yes.
I have some on me, so I'm gonna be using those.
Okay.
I can't remember.
You definitely might
Thinking
actually
maybe-
catch this before everyone else does, even.
Just to be clear, my amplify hearing would not apply in this case.
It can.
You're saying
It
sight
will,
and-
yes. It is sight and
Amplify
hearing based.
will? Okay, all right.
Correct.
I have to use the restroom like real bad, so give
Go.
me a second. I'll be right back.
Actually, I'm not going to be using the binoculars, but I will throw them to somebody else. Only because he's really enjoying his new smart glasses, so he doesn't want to use them with the glasses. So he'll throw the binoculars to anybody that would want them, because it's a good idea to use them, but not for him right now.
Okay. Ahead, you guys will see coming down the path actually a pair of large cyber wolves. Bits of fur, cyber eye, paws, large metal maw. The
Gotcha.
front two actually have almost like a cyber audio antenna suite package on them, as there's actually a little bit of radar ahead of them as they're looking around. And
They got the bunny ears.
yep,
Nice.
more built into their actual wolf ears. But
Yeah.
yes, Johnny, you said you weren't going to use your binoculars, correct?
I think I'm going to throw them to JJ, unless he already has something, because I imagine he's going to be pretty vigilant. You know,
I could use them. My
Mhm.
perception was not that good, so probably that bonus would only bring up me to what Dan had. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they actually give you a bonus. I think you can just see further. And, like it's you know, you just have the chance
So,
of picking it up.
Yeah, it's not like they're cloaked or anything else, but using them, yeah, you guys will see them, 60 meters out, coming around the bend. These two large cyber wolves.
Before we get to that, as we're rolling up, and I throw him the binoculars. Can I also? I'm going to pull out a little box as well out of my pocket. It sort of rattles a little bit, and I'm going to look over to JJ. I'll be like, "Hey, use these too. These are going to probably help you out more than me. Just make sure you don't miss again, right? Saw you fucking shoot when your mate yesterday. we got to be do better than that." And I'll throw you the tech upgraded, very heavy pistol, armor piercing, so it does 3 ablation per shot. I've only got 10 rounds.
You know, you're some gonk. You really think I wanted to hit my choom in the head?
I hit him in the head. It didn't seem to do too much damage.
Yeah, well, you know what? I was trying to miss. I'm straight up lying here, by the way.
Roll acting.
I have a voice stress analyzer, so
Right, that's
I'm
just-
not gonna mention anything. But whatever, man.
That's amazing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Do you want a human perception against that,
Hey, yeah, go ahead.
or just?
You got the voice stress analyzer to help, but go ahead and roll. Damn it, I cannot find the bigger picture of that token for you guys at the moment. Damn. Yeah, you can tell he's lying.
Oh, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'll just chuck him.
Okay.
Forget. Is there a way to actually send it to you, or do you just? Well, actually, I think I can. Can I just do this?
What are you sending?
No, that didn't work. Can you drag the? I'm sending JJ some ammo.
Okay. The tech
Can you drag
upgraded
it out?
AP ammo
Mm-hmm.
for the
10 rounds.
medium pistol.
Very heavy pistol.
Very heavy pistol.
Big damage. Rate of fire of 1.
So how far away are these wolvies?
These wolves, 60
Yeah.
meters.
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
It's just in the pale moonlight. Everything else, you can start seeing them coming.
Are we
Behind them,
supposed to see our own tokens yet?
you could have put them there. I'm just help
Oh,
you.
I don't think we
I have
actually
this
can.
map here to give you guys a sense of scope of operation. Yeah, or maybe somebody wants to do something questionable. I don't know. I don't want to, assume or give you guys too many ideas, but
Well, I'll say to whoever is closest to me of the Nomad clan, either Luca or Caleb, I guess. Choom's ears referencing the wolves.
hmm
Yeah, would we know, like, are there stray packs of cyber wolves that like have gone, their
yes,
AI whatevers have gone rogue? Like, does this or are these more likely attached to some faction? You know what I mean?
yes on
Stray
both
Cyberwolf sounds
accounts
like an awesome metal band.
because
Could be either, is
rampaging.
what you're saying.
It could be either. However, as you look around and Caleb kind of like sighs and kind of like makes a mutter something about time. It's clear that they're not worried about the presence of these creatures.
Okay,
They've seen them before.
hmm
but do they recognize them? That's the
Yes.
question.
Oh yes, 100%.
Yeah, they've kind of implied they're with the Fixer. I think
Yes.
Okay.
they've suggested that that's either her advanced party or her security or her
Gotcha.
Yeah.
direct drones, even or something like that.
Gotcha. My
Mhm.
bad.
Mhm.
Behind her, you hear a more rumbling presence as a large tanker, was probably once a like oil tanker or small like sewage kind of, it's a 10 wheel. It's got a large roundish cylinder in the back that probably once stored liquids, but the vehicle is completely modified. You see parts of it as the drones flying around it are putting off almost a upper camouflage umbrella.
Hmm.
And you see another pack of
Oh,
wolves
cool.
more closely. These not with communication stuff. These look much larger, like a dire wolf, like a normal wolf, just bigger because it's dire. Anyways,
More dire.
yeah. They actually have mounted weaponry and stuff on them. They're closely moving
Oh,
around the
damn.
vehicle. Um,
I want
however,
one. I
Wolves
um,
want
with
both of
guns.
them.
this
Wolves with guns.
pack of wolves and drones escorting this vehicle will get about 40 meters from you guys and stop. And a large, heavy-set African American woman comes out in a blue tank top. She's got large bebopping
Inanna.
headphones. She's got a pair of glasses. She's chewing on and something, and she looks at you guys and kind of scratches her belly like, Caleb. She says in kind of a deep voice, I'm like, Nana. She's like, you got my stuff? Yeah, we brought it. And they reach to the back, a couple of the posse go to the back of the vehicle and pull out those large canisters and containers, and they open up and they have large mason jars of some kind of like purplish liquid. And Caleb kind of walks over to her, hands her one, and she immediately opens up, sticks her whole fucking hand right into the jar, and it's almost like a gelatinous substance. She like starts munching on it, like, oh god, it's so fucking tastes so, and just devouring it off her hands.
I want Vertex. I want to be her.
This visual display
Uh,
will proceed for about 2-3 minutes until she gets her hand mostly cleaned up and it's good, and she caps it and like 3 crates like you asked for. It's like, okay. She reaches to her little side hip, and somewhere out from the spandex she pulls out a device, pushes a button, and the back half of the vehicle cracks open like an egg, and both sides hydraulically fall to the side. Lights open up, and she's like, Nana's shop's open for business. What you boys want? She says sternly in between gulps of jelly that she will consume out of this mason jar.
Dude, she's just eating jelly straight
we,
up. That's so awesome.
Yeah, is this like is this just like grape jelly?
It's some kind of jelly substitute. Like you look over at Luco, like, is that grape jelly? It's like it's a synthetic corn syrup based out of some yams, apple plant, a bit of melon. Just it's leftover fruits. We ferment it and turn it into a jelly. And personally, it's entirely too sweet, and it's disgusting in my opinion. But
Yeah,
No,
she's like,
she loves it.
over it.
kind of says quietly to you. And as you guys get closer to the shop, though, in the back are 3D printers, 4 of them. They're about 3 times the size as a normal 3D printer. She also has a couple of various bank schematics, several boxes there, and there's even a couple of displays that like input order here, almost like a self-automated thing.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
she's as she's licking on her stuff and everything else, and like Billy comes over and starts asking her about some equipment stuff and everything else, and she'll nod quietly in between gulps of her stuff as you know Death Head comes questionably over, and Brighton's already like reading the room, fucking walking right up to the tech place and starts browsing one of the terminal displays.
Do we just like put in our name or orders from earlier and it just like spits out all the stuff we ordered?
Anything you order from her, okay, will immediately get met with a pretty much there is very much like a vending machine kind of. You could put a card in here and pay for it, or you could actually drop in, money, digital, actual paper currency here.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Upon getting anyone setting an order and hitting accept, within 5 minutes from the north, a drone will come flying overhead with a package. It will drop off the box. It will hover in the
hell
area until basically you've emptied the contents of the container. It will then pick the container back up and once again fly north. And before anyone asks, to clarify, if anybody monitors it, trying to use a scanner, radar detector, or anything else, you will be able to, assuming you roll correctly, it goes past a mile north, past radar range, but that's the direction it goes. Deduction to try to understand her operation, but this is your Western fiction scene here.
I'll do a deduction check.
Try it just out of curiosity. My deduction is
Yeah, why the hell not?
passable.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Not the best roll, but
No.
got a 13.
Vertex, they probably got a vehicle somewhere. Probably actually.
Yeah, makes sense.
And this seems like the kind of thing. Hell, if I was, if I had this kind of tech, that's probably what I would be doing. Johnny JJ. It is clear because as these orders start coming in, there's 2 different kind of styles of drones. Your best guess is to assume that probably over a mile away are her actual supply vehicles with whatever rest of her crew is here.
Right.
The only thing she has on her thing were some things that were specifically asked for. Case of grenades, box of certain ammunition, things like that were like a designated kind of thing. Anything else that's like, well, we might have want this, bring a lot of this, apparently be on these are on these supply trucks that are past radar range, so people can't pinpoint them.
Right.
It very much a good way to keep it secret. Plus, in case of raiders, things like that and stuff too.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think that I could get a targeting scope? I didn't write it in my list earlier, but can I get a targeting scope?
So anything you guys want in terms of
a clinic cyberware, or not a targeting? Yeah, targeting scope is a clinic cyberware.
A targeting scope in terms of like an actual cyberware piece.
Yeah, it requires a clinic, which you said we could have access to, right?
1 second, let me actually roll for this.
Oh yeah.
She's got the actual weapon mod. But let me look up.
That I ordered earlier. But no cyberware.
Cyberware was going to be really limited. Let me check the cost of something though.
That would
she can get that made.
No, no, they work for different things. So the targeting scope cyberware gives you a +1 to aimed shots.
Oh, you got the sniping scope.
And then if I
the sniping scope is different, right?
Yeah, the sniping scope.
But yeah, She'll get that made. It is going to be 500 eddies. It is going to take the printer an hour to actually fabricate that for you.
An hour ain't bad.
Great.
To
Alright,
get that squared
so-
away. Anything you guys are
right?
looking for, though, yeah, standard book price. She was most of the stuff she has. She acquires secondhand,
Boom.
third hand. It's fallen off a truck. It's from raiders, independent entities. She was paid with what is effectively 20, 40, 72 jars of this homemade thick jelly. So she's here as a favor. It costs what it is. So standard book price on most things is what it's going to be neat, in case you guys are looking for anything.
Cool.
That takes up one of the build options she has for the duration of the visit. The door crackers, yes. 10 outlet explosives, yes, JJ. Deduct the money total for that. She can easily supply those. A drone will come. 2 different drones, one with the door crackers, one with the actual crate of explosives.
All right, I've taken the money off of my character sheet, but Nan, I would like you to add those products to your character sheet because you're going to be the one probably installing them because it takes me literally 10 times as long.
Yeah.
All right, door cracker.
You still have the video drone, Johnny, that Lucia gave you.
Okay.
Are you free?
No, that's fine. That works.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted another one or looking for a different one, or you forgot. That's the only reason I brought that up.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I actually didn't realize we had confirmed that, to be fair. But no, that's cool. I will add it.
Sure. Okay. Brighton and them, or we'll get actually Brighton, Death Head, both get actually a heavier shield that shows up.
I would like to ask while we're here. Sorry.
No,
Just
go
if
ahead.
she has anything cool.
Anything
Just
cool.
What have you got that's like a bit interesting, a bit unusual? That I might just want to have a little splash about in.
I added those all to my sheet, by the way, JJ. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ty, I need you to specify something. Cool. Check. You want to slim down that category? Because I can show you a really cool gun, but I don't think you use shoulder arms, so you may not care.
Nah, not really. I've got a little bit in shoulder arms, but no, not really. No, that ain't really my thing. I mean, if you got anything, I don't know, it's just a bit of fun in a social situation, something a bit flashy, something that it's going to be a bit of fun to pop out, a bit flashy to see on video. Anything along those lines? If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. It's not a problem, but never hurts to ask, right?
Absolutely agree with you. She kind of peruses her. Thank you. Okay, I will drop this into Discord, but she opens up on pretty much her display document and shows you a SJPDW-01, aka the Thunder.
Whoa.
I am one of those.
Incoming chat now. The SJW, the PDW-01 Thunder is the ultimate personal defense weaponry for the everyday carry, capable of precision shots and room-clearing devastation. The Thunder excels in close-quarters combat. It comes with a smart gun link as a standard feature, though it is also required to operate the weapon. Fun facts: it is a hybrid handgun, 3d6 heavy pistol, rate of fire 2. It also has a secondary fire mode, and it actually carries shotgun shells in it. 5-round magazine capability.
I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
I kind of want one.
Yeah. It always fires with the hand. Even when you're firing it in shotgun mode, it fires with the handgun skill.
Correct.
Whoa.
Damn.
Fucking hell, I'll take 2.
Okay.
I can't imagine it fires slugs.
It can fire slugs, yes.
It can fire slugs.
It
Click-
fire shells and slugs.
All the information is on that picture, guys.
I want that. I 100% maximum want that.
Okay, available mod slot on it. You can put a scope. That is pretty much the only thing you can put on it, other than maybe like a smart grip, DNA lock, that kind of things. A lot of other mods and stuff don't work on it. It does not have auto fire capability. However, yeah, it's a heavy pistol with a like. Look at the picture. The actual hand is where the actual pistol magazine goes, and the front
Okay.
actual area is your shotgun clip.
Yeah. Yeah. How much?
Oh, I didn't ask for the price. I'll just take it.
It's 1,000 eddies.
And can I get
Oh,
one
really?
too?
Fuck. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah. 1,000 eddies. I mean, for what the gun does.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's a
okay.
bargain.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I get one too?
Yeah, the reason why it's only 1,000 eddies and not more is basically you have no mod slot options with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, however, at the same point in time too, if you take like if somebody were to hit it with like a cold shot trying to shoot the gun out of your hand, it is totaled.
Yeah. How many does she have? Does she have enough for multiple of us to buy? How many does she have?
Let God roll real quick, and I will let you know.
She has 21.
No, she does not. She has a single crate of 6 left.
I'll buy one. If
I see 1, 2, 3 hands. Man, you gonna be with all the cool kids?
No, Nam's just not good at shooting handgun. Like she's good at heavy weapons and archery. So
Oh,
kind of a
okay.
strange
Yeah.
combo there.
However, I will cover this with you
Well-
guys. Go ahead.
How about this? JJ, you pay for yours. Vertex, you pay for yours. I'll buy the other 4.
You want?
I'm also actually looking for some information you might be fucking able to help me with. I'm looking for somebody at some point. I ain't expecting anything right now, but if you could put some feelers out for me, that'd be Nova. I'm looking for somebody to help me do some work on this thing. And I'll pull out the Malorian. But obviously, I need to make sure they know what they're fucking doing.
Okay, what kind of thing would you want done to your Malorian? Nice, by the way. I haven't seen one in 4 years.
I'm not sure yet. I just want to find the person first, and then we'll have a little chat about it.
Okay.
But I want to find somebody that knows what they're doing.
You want a real good weaponsmith is what you're asking for. In Night City, see, I know a couple people out here and stuff. Might be able to do it.
Hey, I'm willing to travel, and I don't need an answer now. Just if you could put some feelers out for me, that'd be top.
Okay, I can do that. However, guys, we are almost at the 3-hour mark, so I think it's about a good time we can actually sign off on it. Put a stopping point here. If there's anything else you guys want to pick up from the fixer, you guys will have the next 2 weeks to send me a list of anything you guys want, whether it be other specialty things they may have. I will do my best to facilitate some requests, but I will give you guys the opportunity to spend everything else here. So effectively, starting next session, we may just roll right into the start of the raid, unless you guys really want to have some role play time before that. But that'll be ultimately.
I think we'll save the roleplay for after.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and do the raid because otherwise, yeah. I mean,
are we going to be in vehicles for the raid or on those horses?
You guys are not going to be on anything.
yeah,
mean-
we're like striking.
Okay, but however, how you get between A and B will most likely probably be on some of the vehicles and not the horses, unless some of you prove you can actually are good with the riding or holding on, and they may try to send you in on some like horses they try to jam the frequencies on.
Yeah.
JJ was going to spend some time trying to learn how to ride horses from Caleb. and I was going to spend some IP to get at least 1 point of riding between the now and next session, kind of thing. So I was thinking about doing that. If it really doesn't make sense for the plan, but
I know you can.
I think
You guys have that chance to decide that between now and then. Okay, I need that
Yeah.
final attack plan idea from you guys before, with enough time that I can make sure I have, because the map you guys are assaulting is a 90 by 90 map. I need to make sure I have the areas you guys need squared away and everything else in between.
Okay.
Like, prepare for a cyberpunk dungeon crawl, guys. I hope to see you on the other side. However, let me move back over to here. My name has been OckRaven. I've been your guys' global operations director, otherwise known as the referee, for this telling of Cyberpunk Red. I really hope everyone in chat or everyone listening has been enjoying themselves. We're going to start things off with Nick saying our goodbyes. And before we sign off here for today's session, Nick, go right ahead.
Hey, I'm Nick. I am playing JJ, our lawman of the group, and I am having a blast with this crew and look forward to next month when we can get back to running the night and see what's going on in these amoebus, kind of underground amoebus catacombs. That they're kind of not catacombs, but they're underground layer there. Find out what's actually going on in there. So yeah, having a blast. Love playing in Cybernation Uncensored games, and thanks to everyone who could join us today and everyone who joins us in the future.
Jalen?
Ooh, we're going in reverse order this time. I'm Jalen. It has been a blast playing as Nan. I'm glad that we got to delve into a little more role play this time, a little more character development. It's been a great time. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, everybody else, for joining. Chat, my fellow players. Check out Cyberpunk Red on Foundry. It's our baby. Have a good night, everybody.
Ty, go right ahead.
Hi.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. I've been Ty of Orc Skull Studio. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, my fellow players. It's been a blast. Can't wait to get those headshots popping off.
Soon, baby.
No, scope. Let's go. Yeah, it's been a blast. Thank you, Cybernation Uncensored. I am actually going to be live in like 20 minutes over Orc Skull. So if you want to come watch a long-running 6 campaign D&D session, feel free to come and check me out. Thank you very much.
Amazing.
That leaves Catapult.
Second verse, same as the first. I've been Catapult Crash Tester, your wonderful med tech. Thank you for joining us today on the stream. And yeah, that's about all I got. Feel free to hit me up on Twitch. I don't have anything going on later today, but I always appreciate a new follower, and we got some exciting new content in the works for the future. So be prepared.
And last but not least, my name is OckRaven. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at OckRaven. I am your Global Operations Director, aka the God of this universe, and I really hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do some of those things, like follow us, shoot us a message, or even maybe in the comments on the YouTube videos, ask us questions or tell us things. It's always nice to hear from all of our fans. Special thank you to Cybernation Uncensored. And until next time, everybody, it's been an absolute pleasure. Take care of yourself and have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Cybernation Uncensored.